Hello. How's it going?
Let me turn my mic up. I tried to put a noise thing on here so y'all wouldn't hear my air, but y'all might still hear it. I don't know. Good
We love air.
morning.
Look at all y'all with y'all's crystals being rich.
Hello. Let's get a roll call over here. We got Apple. We got Cam. We got Sim. We got Kai. Oh, we got Awkward. Good morning. Oh, y'all checking y'all things? Yes, we do have a giveaway. Twin put that in the chat on accident.
I did. I didn't know it would immediately
But
post it if I
y'all
did
can
the
still do
things.
the things. We just wanted to explain it to y'all again before y'all did it, so y'all remember what y'all doing it for.
Exactly.
But we don't do giveaways often, so it's kind of we be in shambies trying to do them every
Exactly.
time.
We don't know what we're doing.
Oh,
Oof.
can you send me that
Yes.
video or share that video so I can put it on the stream?
It's on our channel, but it's private. In
Oh,
the
on
yeah.
YouTube. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
cool. All right, let me go check. So y'all can see the all the things that you can get. Oh, let me log in.
Wait, Sim, how many do you have? Let's see. Oh no. You have 1,200 crystals. I was about to say
Oh, I see it.
12,000.
I see it.
I was about to lie.
I see it. All right, pause that.
Oh, that looks so cute.
Ooh, child. I hope I don't share my. Let me move this. We don't need to share my face. Just an accident.
I really can't Apple. I don't know what math is. It sounds illegal, or it should be.
All right. Take this off. Take that off. Oh yes. Look at God. All right.
Ignore my janky.
We're gonna show you all the things. So that you all can see what you're doing. I mean getting, talking about doing. Is this Palo Santo, Twin?
I don't see anything.
You don't?
Well, I see it, but it's not showing anything
It's not
on
showing?
the screen.
Yeah,
Yeah, on
can y'all
stream it's
see it?
not. It's just showing the background. You might have to do that.
Oh, it's not showing all the things. Oh, it's stuck. Okay. I don't know why that does that now, but yeah.
It did that to me too the first time. I was like, what the hell?
All right. My bad. Oh wait, we gotta do full screen share. Oh, but it's showing it like this. Okay, they don't leave it like this. Okay.
My hands look crusty. But that's the Palo Santo and the Sage. It comes with a cute little bag and sticker and little
It
crystal.
gave you what little crystal was that?
I think it was clear quartz, but
Oh,
I don't
okay.
remember.
It's a little tiny.
Yeah, it was a free gift
Put that
from
in
the
your little
seller.
pocket. So we showing y'all all the things that you can enter the giveaway for.
And then that are the crystals. They're flakes, but they're smaller than regular because the seller was misleading, but that's not here. And that is the resin incense in the scent Dragon's Blood, which is really, really, really good. It smells like sangria. It's very nice. And that is a eye mask, so you guys can sleep and things, or just be weird. I don't know. And those are like hot and cold iPad, like little I said iPads, haha. Cold compress thingies. And that is a face mask. I think it's tea tree, algae, tea tree, and seaweed. because we love face masks because that's self-carry. And then this is three little travelers journals. There's like a leaf one, a dream catcher. I think the back one is just chevron. It's like glitter chevron, but like the lighting is horrible. I do sleep awkward. And then we got some pins that also have flowers that match because flowers and
What are
stuff.
these monkeys things? What's that?
And we're giving away a pet monkey too.
Child,
There you
we
go.
going to jail.
Can you imagine shipping a monkey to somebody?
Child, human, animal trafficking.
We're gonna go to jail.
Hey, Humble. Hey, Mama Mia. Hey, everybody that's just coming in. Good
Hello.
morning.
Oh my god.
So yeah, that's the giveaway. I'm gonna post it again because I don't know how to like repost it so that y'all can see it. I don't know how that works, to be honest. So I just copied it so y'all can see it.
Wait, copy what?
Can
Oh,
you
the
see giveaway thing, yeah.
I think if we do giveaway, yeah.
Does it?
Oh, that's like that's the explanation that we did like a long time ago. But
Okay.
we're gonna choose the winner towards the end, and then winner will DM me your information.
Yes, you will DM in. Yeah, DM young twin. But
Oh
you
my
got
God.
DM twin.
I'm twin.
I need help. Oh my God.
We all do.
But
Me,
yeah.
infidel. Wow.
Oodles of infidel. Hey Naj. How did I not see Naj? Hey Naj.
Hi, Nash.
I'm sorry, my eyeball.
Man, I could not see this morning at all. Like my eyes were very fucked up.
Not Mimi's racist. I'm weak. Alright, so y'all, this this month, I'm sorry I'm laughing, I'm like nervous. So this month is all of mental health awareness month, and we which is very funny, because I know a lot of us are going through a lot of things dealing with mental health things. So I mean, I guess it came around the right time. I guess. But yeah. So we did an interview on the 13th with Nami Cole TV. Shout out to Nami. And then we also did one with Bon. We did one with Bon on the 20th, and we got two different stories, two different backgrounds, very informational, very inspiring, to be honest, very relatable, and it was just very important to hear. And today me and Twin are going to actually interview each other. We did have something set up for y'all, but the way that life works, it didn't
Cousin
want it to
didn't do
happen.
ain't shit.
It must
But
mean that we need to be actually focusing on what we're saying and not like doing other things, because Twin does get easily distracted. And
I have. Twin, you're low.
Huh? I'm
Stream
low?
says you're kind of low. Yes.
Oh, it's because I had this thing on. I was trying to. Okay, we'll
Take
just
it
take
off.
it off. Oh my God, Twin.
That's a catchy song. I love that song.
All right. Let's see.
Oh my God, that song makes me sad.
All right, y'all should be able to hear me now. Hopefully.
Can you guys hear Twin?
Okay. Y'all gonna hear my fan. Because it's hot, and y'all know I love to turn it off while we doing things, but today I can't do it because baby, it's hot up here. It's hot up here in the north, in the great
It's raining
north.
here in the south.
In the great south is raining.
It is. It feels so good.
But So yeah, what I was saying, I hope y'all heard what I was saying before. Hey Bree, hello Tanika,
Hi,
hello.
Bree.
We do have notifications off, but thank you so much for those hosts. But we have notifications off just so that y'all might be able to still hear it though. But because we want to make sure that all of that is being said needs to be said. But I was saying how me and Twin did an interview with Nami and Bond. And today me and Twin are going to interview each other. We did have something set up for y'all for so it could be kind of like a vibe, but we'll probably do that next time, some other time. But it probably is because Twin can't focus a lot on one thing because her brain just be like, ooh, what's that? Ooh, what's this? Ooh, let me talk about that. So I'm also the same way, to be honest. But Twin is a little bit more magnitude.
I feel like I'm being thrown under the bus. I feel
But
attacked.
God just wanted Twin to be over here focusing on what she had to say so people can hear it. I think that's what it was. I think that's what it was. But anyway, we're gonna be interviewing each other. We'll also have a giveaway going. If you have not interviewed, oh my God, if you have not entered upon the team, go ahead and do it because we can still. Oh, y'all can still hear the alerts, child. Y'all just gonna have to hear them, girl, cause I don't know how to turn them off right now.
Ow, my leg.
But at least you don't see it. I guess I don't know, cause I don't know. But anyway,
what does anything mean? We don't know.
Oh gosh. But yes. Before we get into it, we want to know how are you guys doing? How are y'all holding up? How have y'all been? Because we're gonna get into all of what we're doing and feeling, but we want to know how y'all doing and feeling. Which you can also comment while we're talking about it too.
Not stalling, Apple. Wow.
Stalling. I'm weak. Not the stalling. We just wanted to do all the know all the things.
We can't make it all about this. We got to see how you guys are doing too.
Oh yeah, before we start, also, I can't spell. Tony the Tiger. What is that? We'll put the trigger warning in there. That ain't even it.
It's TW.
I've done this before, and I don't even know what the hell I'm doing. You don't even know no more. I feel that awkward though, honestly. Real sad girl shit. Very much that, Bree. Very much that. I had a good week for once last week. I'm pretty good. That's awesome, Apple. That's amazing, to be honest. We love to see it.
Right.
Holding up by a twig that's about to break. Oh no,
Same.
But I definitely feel that 100%. Yes, send that love, Twin. Send love and positivity to you. Remember that we are here with you on this journey. On this little thing called life.
I like how Twin is her own radio background.
I had to do Prince, you know what I'm saying? Yes.
My cheeks hurt.
So yes. Now. Hello. I don't know how to say your name.
Alanutsa, maybe? Welcome to the stream.
It's fine. Everything is fine. No, it's not, but I understand. I definitely understand. I'm not doing right now. I have good last week. I have been having a good week last week. I'm sorry, Naj, and I feel that. Sending y'all love, to be honest. Feeling y'all love.
We love y'all.
Too many tickets. I think you might be in there already, Naj. Twin, can you check real quick? See who entered?
So far, we have Naj, Cam, Kai, Sim, Awkward, Apple, and Mimi. That's everybody that's in so far.
Alright, cool. You do have to have a certain amount of crystals in order to win, because we do hold highly favor over our people who watch us and all the things. Even though we know that you guys are busy and stuff like that, we try not to make it too much, because we actually do look at how much coins y'all have and then determine on that part what she would set it for. So we're not gonna put anything that our regulars can't even enter because that'll be wild.
Exactly. That would be so fucked up.
What was that? I don't know. I'll just be doing things, to be honest. Okay, so now that we got all that out the way, I think that's everything. Twin, did you have anything else before we dive in here?
No, I'm not gonna say anything.
Okay. Oh, Naj.
I was gonna be toxic, but Naj, we love you. We're here for you.
Everything's gonna be all right, Naj. I can't give you a hug because social distancing, but we can definitely tell you everything will be okay.
We're hugging you through the airwaves.
Yes.
With Lysol.
Hell yeah.
Apple, my God, I have your mask on. Apple, put your mask on.
Well, at least wrap yourself in saran wrap before you do it. Yeah. Oh no. Well, we sending y'all all the air hugs we can give y'all, to be honest. All right, so we're about to get into this right now.
Oof.
Well, that's horrible.
Welcome back, Kai.
Welcome back, Kai. Well, I hope you feel some sort of inclusivity. I don't know if that's a word, but today with us talking about how we feel and all of the things. To be honest, this is probably, even though we're focusing on it so much this month, but it's still always something that we always talk about anyway. So just don't think that just because this month will be over soon that we won't be talking about things and how we feel and stuff. So but we're gonna go ahead and get into our interview. Can everybody here do me a favor? What is that? Inhale deeply and exhale deeply. Okay. Now, for some people, that does cause more anxiety, but for me, it's been actually helping. So I will do it. I felt a lot of oxygen going to my brain. Ooh. Ooh. I felt a little drunk doing that. But it did help a bit. And the George Floyd situation didn't help. Yeah, I heard about that earlier today. It feels already over. I feel that though. It's because of the oxygen, Apple. But hello, Magic. Hello. We're gonna go ahead and go, Apple, because you say we're stalling. So we're gonna go ahead and go.
Girl, get your ass out of here.
Y'all might know who that's from.
Play the Get Famous.
Alright, cool. So we're gonna get into our ting. Let me open both of these real quick.
Damn it. Oh, I thought the command didn't work.
Okay, we don't really have to. Well, I might mix both of these questions in here. Alright. We have the same ones that are in there from the one that we did with Bond. But yeah, so I'm going to be, I meaning Adriana Elise G, twin of Twin Tarot, twin of half of Twin Tarot. I'm going to be interviewing Twin first, and then Twin is going to interview me, and then we're going to do the giveaway and all that good stuff. So we're about to get into it now. So the first question is, Twin, what is your personal mental health journey?
Okay, so I think the beginning. So first, I'll start off. I'm screaming awkward. First, my voice is already starting to crack. But first, I'll start off by saying, I think I probably mentioned this before, but I don't know how much I've mentioned this. But I do suffer from generalized anxiety and depression. amongst other things. And um, I think the first time, I think it all kind of started when I was in sixth grade. So when I was about 11, 12, um, my mom got really sick and almost lost her 3 times within the span of a few months. Towards kind of like the end of that year, I had just started sixth grade. I think I said that. And with that, with dealing with almost losing my mom, I had to end up moving schools. So I had to leave friends and stuff that I had known since literally kindergarten to go to a school all the way on the other side of town where it's people I had no idea about. And because of this happening at the time, with my mom being sick, and with kind of a lot of things kind of happening in my family and household at that time, a lot of responsibility was kind of shifted to me while I am the youngest. With my mom being sick and stuff and having like my grandma work and my brother working and my sister working, I had to kind of take the role of kind of looking out for my nieces and nephews at the time. And moving to that new school, I dealt with a lot of bullying and stuff. And I a lot of stuff just went bad. It was very, very bad time for me. Um, I think also during that time, oh my god, um, I'm trying to think of how to say this without being too deep into it, but with dealing with the bullying stuff and then dealing with the stuff not being okay at home, um, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I did go through like a period of time where I was very suicidal. And I'm not gonna lie, I did a lot of things to try to in my life because of a lot of things I was dealing with at the time. And um that kind of went on throughout my middle school years, and then around the time I was in high school, it just I wasn't suicidal anymore, but I was still dealing with depression that I did not know what it was at the time, obviously. And I was still having problems with my family. I think I probably hinted at this sometimes during Twin Tarot. I don't have the closest relationship with my mother. And hold on, y'all.
Take your time, Dwayne. Just let y'all know, we're gonna go ahead and also do another trigger warning because we will be doing a lot of trigger of the warnings this stream. This stream too. But just for y'all to know, please remember that it's up to you, the individual, to recognize your own triggers, personal triggers, and that this warning is to help you avoid such topics that may be general triggers. All responsibility is up to you, the individual, should you choose to continue watching this stream, okay? We love y'all.
Okay. We do. And I'm back. But I think a lot of my stuff, because also growing up I always had like the perfectionism type of thing, because I am the youngest child, and I kind of got put into like the good child kind of expectations.
Yeah.
And like a lot of stuff I just had to kind of deal with that, like with my own stuff. And I just always kind of felt like I didn't really have anybody I could talk to, and really nobody to like understand like what I was dealing with. But like going through high school and stuff like that, like I mean I had friends, but I didn't have friends that I could talk to about the things that I was going through. But like a lot of stuff, like it was still bad, but it wasn't as bad. And so then I ended up going to college, and it was kind of a better situation, but I felt like a lot of pressure to go to college too. Being the youngest and kind of being the good child and kind of always kind of wanting to be the perfect child, and do like all the things that you're supposed to do and not let my family down and stuff like that. And also, I ended up going to a college that I didn't necessarily want to because my mom was still sick with cancer at this time. Um, and like dealing with going, like, I ended up making a lot of sacrifices and stuff for my family, doing a lot of things that didn't really benefit me. And I feel like it's still something that I do to this day. But I ended up going to a school that wasn't necessarily my first choice, so I could be closer to my family, like in the event that something happened. If I needed to like take care of, you know, my nieces and nephews or whatever. And I was kind of making myself feel good because it was like I'm doing this thing that nobody else in the family did, and you know. But then shit happened when I was in college. Like there was an incident that was very bad and just kind of really, um, just really kind of like fucked with me because it was like shit was happening, but it was like nobody was really seeing what was happening but me. And I think I didn't realize what it was until I was literally in the bed, couldn't get out of the bed to go to class. It was like during my second semester, could not get up, like literally would wake up with all intents of getting ready to go to class and just could not get out of bed. Like literally could not get myself to get up and get out of the bed. And it got to the point it was like daily. Like I was just missing day after day of class, and it was like I knew I should go but I just could not. I was like losing a lot of weight. My hair was starting to like fall out in clumps, and I think that was like the biggest thing that was like, okay, there's something wrong with me. And eventually like it just got to the point of where I just went home one weekend and I just never went back to school. And it was like nobody, like my family, they're like, oh, you were just homesick. It was like, no, like I hate it here, I don't want to be here, but I don't want to be there either. And like I just was not talking to anybody or really, you know, going like not getting any help or attention or anything, which ended up me being in debt to my school because I never went back to school for those reasons and stuff. And after some time, like I started kind of getting to understand a lot of things that were happening and being able to talk to some people, but still not being able to go to like a professional, like talking to a therapist, but never had like a professional, you know, psychiatrist, psychologist
Yeah.
to talk to. But after that, like I was dealing a little bit better, and that was 2014, 2015. And I don't know, like I was in a good place. I was starting to take care of myself better. I was starting to get like to a place where I was going out more and, you know, being around people a little bit more. And I was good. And with recently, y'all know that I am notorious for disappearing. I will take a break. And I don't know. It lately it's just been really hard because like I said, I think like which anybody in here that like interacts with me, I did take a tiny break like a month ago. Because at that point a lot of things were getting really hard for me, and I don't really talk about my feelings. Like getting me to talk about stuff is like literally pulling teeth, and that we're doing this right now is like shocking because I don't like talking about stuff that I deal with. I hate it. But during that time I just was feeling really bad, and lately I've just been feeling like really really bad, which um is why I tend to kind of distance myself because I don't like affecting other people with how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
So I tend to disappear because I don't want my bad feelings to affect other people. But like a month ago, I don't know like what was happening to me, but it got to the point of where I was just feeling like really weird. And ooh, I don't know, like I was just feeling like really bad, and I was like I can't be around, like I can't. And it was like every time I would think about stuff I would get like really sad, and I don't know, like it was like the least little thing would just make me cry, and I didn't know what was happening. So I'm like, what the hell? And one thing that like happened was that was really like alarming to me was I don't know, like I started having like dark thoughts and I literally have not had since I was like 12, 13 years old, which is like literally like 12 years ago. Like I have not had these feelings in a long time. And when I would start thinking about stuff lately, I would just start having these like dark thoughts. Like I wasn't considering doing anything, but it was just the fact that those thoughts started coming back to me like after this long ass time of feeling like I was okay. It was just like what the hell? And that's when I just kind of came to the realization like a couple weeks ago, like I really need help. Like I really need to see somebody. And it's like, of course I'm not like, I don't want y'all to think like I'm thinking about like, you know, killing myself or anything like that. Like I'm not, but it's just like lately a lot of stuff has just been affecting me to the point of where I just feel very alone. Like I know that's like uh hold on y'all.
Take your time.
Like I know it's like a slap in the face because I know I have people that care about me and but I still feel very alone. Like even though I know I have people that I can talk to.
Um,
My bad, y'all. I don't know, like, it's just been really hard for me lately, and I've just been, like, really sad, and it's, like, my anxiety has been worse. Like, I know you don't just get rid of depression, like, overnight, and I know, like, a lot of stuff was, like, lying dormant for, like, 12, 13 years, but it's, like, a lot of stuff just started, like, coming back to me, and I don't know if it's because of the quarantine, or maybe it's an awakening, or maybe because I'm just thinking about stuff, like, a lot more. I don't know, but lately it's been really hard. So, but yeah, that was that was long-winded, but that's my journey with mental health. Ugh,
alrighty.
I hate crying so much, y'all. I'm sorry.
It's okay, twin. We need a crying warning. I was playing. It's okay, twin. How do you feel that you got that out?
Ugh,
You
it
feeling
feels better.
shandies? You feel better?
I mean, I'm tired of my eyes, but yeah, it feels better to kind of let people know because one thing is I never want anybody to feel like they did something to me, and I know like I know people probably know sorry, oh my voice. Like I know people probably notice when I just like disappear, and it's like I never mean to do that to hurt anybody, but it's like my biggest coping mechanism has been isolating and literally like just dealing with it on my own. But lately, even that it doesn't help anymore, and I think that's the part that's bothering me the most. Is like I never have had a problem with being by myself or being alone, and it's like now it kind of hurts to feel that way, and it's
Mm-hmm.
weird for me because it's like growing up, like I was raised like an only child. Like even though I'm not, I was raised like an only child. For the longest time, mom was very overprotective, so I could only hang out with certain friends at certain times and stuff. So it's like I got used to being alone, and I love that shit. Like it doesn't bother me, but it's like lately, it's just the feeling of not having anybody. Like even though I know I do, it's like the hardest, like most confusing thing that I've been dealing with lately. And it's like I feel like an asshole because I don't want to say I don't have anybody because it's like, well, I don't want like I know I have friends, I know I have people that I can talk to, but it's like I don't want anybody. But it's like I just feel like I don't, like even though I know I do. Like it's so hard to explain, but it's like just feeling like you don't have anybody, and it's like I get mad at myself because I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like you're used to this, like stop acting like this is something new. Like I don't know, it's weird and it's frustrating, and it's like I get sick of myself, but it's like I know it's something that I have to do. But yeah.
I feel like, well, that's just me looking on the outside, and I feel like it may be um, that, not saying that we don't matter, your friends don't matter. It's just that you're not getting the attention that you need from the people that matter. Even though you probably don't feel like you want that attention because you're so used to not getting it. But if you actually had that attention and that care that you really need, that it might be different. If you have that acknowledgement that you really need, it might be a bit different. But I'm nobody's doctor. I'm just saying the outside looking in. It might be that. And it might be because you're not into things or getting into things or letting things hold you back. It could be that too. I don't know.
True.
But let's see. Sim said I always notice, but believe me when I say and most of us never take offense. Oh, she probably mean when you're away. And they said, oh no, go ahead.
Oh no, I wasn't saying anything. I'm just reading chat. I closed chat because I was like, if I see something, I'm probably start crying with her. So I was like, let me close chat.
Oh yeah, they was like, you have it, girl. And Bree said I have a free week of counseling from BetterHelp. If anyone needs it, I've been seeing a counselor that really been helping me with these feelings. Oh, that's amazing, Bree.
Oh, that's nice. I don't think I've heard. I think I've heard of them before, but yeah.
And Sim says she checking in out of love and concern.
I appreciate this. I appreciate all of y'all.
Yeah. So I disappear all the time, so I can never be mad.
Apple disappeared from the whole Discord,
Apple
but you know, that's
Apple here, Apple not. But let's see our next question. Okay, we're not gonna go that one because I forgot to change that one. But that's from last week. Last week when we did Bonnie's, but we're not gonna do that.
Oh, I can still talk about the career one. I can still talk about that.
Oh, okay, cool. So Twin, how has your career impacted your mental health?
I don't know if I really call it a career because I hate this job, but I'll talk about, like, I remember my very first official real job was working at Target, and I was very depressed working that job because they treated us like literal, like, shit, and I dealt with racism at that job, like, not directed at me, but, I'll never forget when I was working at Target, there was this little old black man that sounds so bad, but he was a little old black man, and he would always walk, like, our Target is, like, in a not necessarily it's like in an upper middle class part of the town, and there's like these like townhouses like down the road from the Target, and so this little old black man would pull his little cart, like, I don't know, it's like a little golf cart caddy type of thing, and he would walk to the Target like every week and get his groceries and stuff. Like, he would fill up this little cart that had to be about 3 feet tall. He would fill that thing up with groceries, and you know, when he'd get his groceries, he'd sit outside on the bench outside Target before he walked back home with his groceries. And one day I was in the break room. I don't know if I was clocking in or what, and our HR person and this other lady were complaining. She's like, oh, that little black man is outside, I'm gonna call the cops. And she looked at me and she's like, no offense. And I'm just like, and she was like, he's always sitting out there. And I'm just sitting here like, this man literally comes in here and spends like a couple hundred every week at this store. Target is not cheap. Like, Target is not fucking cheap. Like, even working there, sometimes I couldn't afford half the shit in there when I was working there. Target, so it's like expensive. Yeah, and he lives in like a part of the city where you have to have money, but y'all are assuming just because he's sitting out here that he's loitering and not spending money, when you can see him clearly, you know, having a whole cart of groceries that he just paid for it. But that was like the one injustice in like Target. Like, the more I worked out, I knew they didn't care about me, and then they fired me on my day off, so it's like, fuck Target. Period. But my next job after that was not really a big deal. I just didn't like the environment of the people because they were very catty, but I didn't get into anything. But the job that I currently work now, that pisses me off all the time, it never really impacted my mental health. The only thing that it impacted, like, in the past was sometimes certain projects that I'm working on can literally end without notice sometimes, because I am an independent contractor, and so I do freelance work through a company, if that makes any sense. And there have been times, I remember 2018, like September 2018, project ended like middle of the month out of nowhere, and I got removed, and it was bad. And then even last year, like last February, a project ended right in the middle, and I was just kind of left with nothing. like literally left with nothing. I was without a job until September, and then I worked a shitty job in September that was ass. But besides that, it didn't really have any effect until recently, because the job that I'm doing now, without saying too much because of NDAs, pretty much I kind of, you could say I moderate certain aspects of social media. And last week when I was working, I ended up seeing something that really kind of fucked with me mentally, because I don't know if it was real or not, but it was very alarming and it was disturbing, and it was probably like one of the worst things I saw. And when I saw it, I was like, I literally just ended my work day. Like, even though I still had a couple more hours of work, I was like, nope, because it was fucking with my anxiety, because I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I just saw. I don't know what this is. And it was bad. But it has made me very cautious about what types of things I decide to work on in my day, because I really don't want to see something that could be very triggering like that again. But yeah. So that's the only thing with this job now, because that day literally I had to go freaking play Overwatch and stuff to kind of distract myself, because it was so like alarming and it just made me so anxious. Like, it was bad. But besides that, I haven't really had a lot of issues, but it just worries me because I feel like I'm going to see something worse in the future. And it's just like, if it happens, I'm probably going to have to say, this isn't a job for me, which is going to suck. But yeah. But that's the effects that I've had on this job. But yeah.
Okay.
It is, Apple. It's annoying.
Let's see. Do you consider yourself spiritual or religious, and does that have any effect on your mental health?
I'm definitely more spiritual. Growing up, my family has never been super religious or anything like that. We go to church, like if somebody died, we go to funerals, or we go to certain events like at the church, but we were never churchgoers. We were never the people that wake up every Sunday and go to church. Like, never. Like, we have a lot of like houses full of Bibles and stuff like that, full of like Jesus motifs and all that kind of stuff. But we're not really religious. I would go to church with my friends like sometimes, and when I was in like 8th grade, I think it was 8th grade or 9th grade. No, it was 9th grade. I don't know. I was in a really bad place. I was being very defiant and stuff because of the last stuff I was going through. And they told us one thing. They had like the ROTC recruiters come to my middle school. And they're like, you know, ROTC is going to teach you respect. It's going to teach you how to be a better person. Like, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I'm going to do ROTC because I want to be a better person. And I didn't want to take PE because fuck PE. And so 9th grade, I was really trying to, you know, be a better person and be a better kid, because I was like, I was really believing like a lot of shitty things were happening in my life, because I was like, because maybe I'm not religious, and maybe if I dedicate myself to the Lord, my life will be better. And so I made it a mission to read the Bible. Like, I wanted to read the Bible cover to cover. I was making notes in the Martins. I was like taking all this stuff because I wanted to be a better person. Like, I was in ROTC trying to be respectful, but then I just said, fuck it. So it's like, this is not working for me because I'm dedicating myself to, you know, this religion and I'm trying to be better, but people, I'm still being treated like shit. I still hate my life. And I feel like, you know, I was really feeling, because I was like 14, I was like, obviously God doesn't like me because why is my life shitty? And I don't know, I started looking at religion differently, because I was just like, but I had always kind of had in kind of like, I was always kind of drawn to like spirituality and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I was in like I was in 5th grade, and I had this book called The House Witch. I think it's called The House Witch. I looked it up the other day because I want to find my copy of it, because this book is what really got me into yoga, and it got me into crystals and all this in feng shui, because it was basically a white witch. She was a white woman, but she was also like a white witch, meaning like, you know, she doesn't do like dark magic and stuff like that. But she basically like broke down all this stuff, and I had always had a thing for like crystals and gems. And when I read her book, and I was like, oh, they have like healing properties, and you know, you can do this, and if you bury it in the dirt, and then so that's when I got really, really interested in it, and I didn't really think of it as like a spiritual thing until I got older, and I think I'd always wanted to get into tarot, and I'd always kind of looked at more um like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I always had like, I was always drawn to like spirituality without a set religion, and I just always kind of wanted to be in control of my own stuff because I didn't want somebody to tell me like, oh, you have to do this, and you got to go to church, and you have to do this, and all those kind of things. And after I think, because I think I've talked about this before, when I had the situation with like my ex or whatever, and I kept getting signs from the universe with these like videos from these tarot readers, and I was like, I don't watch this kind of stuff. Why is this in my recommended? But I definitely think that was a sign from the universe being like, bitch, listen to this. And after this random ass reader kind of like completely reading my whole ass situation I was going through, I was like, there might be something to this stuff. And that's when I kind of started like really learning more about like spirituality without religion and all these kind of things. And I was like, a lot of that stuff I've been doing, but I just didn't know what it was. And I think that's when I was definitely like, this is the route for me, because I want to be more in control of my own stuff, and I don't want, to feel like there's some book that some person wrote like hundreds of thousands of years ago telling me how I should live my life, and I want to be more in control of myself. So definitely yeah, more spiritual. And with my mental health, I think being more spiritual, I feel like it allows me to open my mind more to a lot of stuff that I probably wouldn't if I was like raised in an organized religion, because I do look at a lot of people in my life, and even some family members that I have who are religious, who they don't use their heads for more than a hat rack. Like, they don't think about stuff. They don't. And I'm somebody who I question everything, and I feel like that's helpful for me, because even with it, like I've forced myself to look at stuff in other ways. So yeah, that I'm very long-winded if y'all didn't know, but that's why I'm more spiritual than religious.
Alrighty. Let's see here. What methods of self-care do you recommend, and what is your favorite?
Okay, so for me, the self-care things that I do is, one, I isolate, which y'all know. Also, I like to do my hair, or I like to
that one, twin.
Huh?
Do you recommend that one?
I feel like it depends, because for me, the thing about when I isolate, it's because I have to think about things, and when I am by myself, I feel better a lot of the time. Like even like a few, like even like yesterday and today, like I feel like since for the last few days I've been not exactly isolating myself, but I have been kind of just putting myself in my own corner and just kind of doing things for myself, and it has helped me be more productive. Like, I wasn't really on Discord or social media or anything like that like the last few days, and I've been able to like edit videos and stuff. I've been able to work on things that I've been wanting to. I've been cleaning more. Like, hell, today right before we got started on stream, I did my nails and stuff. So I don't know, that's another thing that I like to do. Like, I like to take care of my hair and my nails and stuff like that as self-care. Also, I like to binge watch creepy stuff, which is probably not, I would not recommend that to everybody, because if you're like me and you watch like a bunch of murder docs and stuff like that, that might kind of fuck with you mentally. But that's one thing that I like to do. Also, I think being like with people that make you happy, not people that irritate you or give you anxiety. That's another thing that I do. And I don't know, I like to put a lot of creativity, like to craft stuff, or I like to read sometimes, or writing, or I'll just watch like random shit too. But yeah, I would recommend mostly for me, like I say do things that you will not overthink about, because I know some things that I do I might consider it self-care, but sometimes there's also a chance that it may cause me to think about stuff that makes me sad. So that's another reason why I don't like some stuff I don't do. Like I won't watch certain things or I won't be in certain spaces because I feel like that's going to make me think about stuff that makes me sad. So I can't do that as self-care, but definitely things that allow you to just be free and not have to worry about things. That is my recommended self.
Yeah. Mimi said you put it in timeout.
Wow, Mimi, I did not put myself in timeout. Oh my God.
I'm sorry, y'all. I live in the big city. Sorry.
Ain't no problem. Ain't no problem.
Which methods of self-care have you found do not work for you personally?
Meditating. Oh God, my voice cracked. Meditating does not work for me. Nor does anything involving breathing because if I breathe like if I breathe a certain way, I will feel like I'm going to die. And I don't like hearing other people breathing because it fucks with my breathing. And it really, I don't know, it's like a mind thing, but it really fucks with me. So I cannot do like breathing exercises and stuff like that because I'll overthink on how I'm breathing and then I'll just think I'm breathing too much or I'm not breathing enough. And so that really is not good self-care for me. And meditating because my mind tends to wander, and because like I think I talked about it before, sometimes when I've meditated, because I used to always meditate to like binaural beats, I think that's what you call it, or certain like frequencies, and I would always get this feeling of like a dark being like on top of my body, like trying to smother me. So I I can't do those things to self-care because it's just gonna make me more anxious, and that's not good. But yeah.
Okay. Oh, y'all like music? Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, I always put on some Ari Lennox when also. She makes me happy.
Okay, we're getting into our scenarios now.
All right. Yeah.
So, you and your significant other just had a horrible argument, and you both said some pretty bad things to each other.
I never.
What would you do in this situation, and what are your steps to recover from that mentally?
Okay. So, first, I would step away to gather my thoughts because I know me. I can be very vicious when I say things, and sometimes if I speak out of anger, I'm gonna hurt both of our feelings. So,
ballhead bitch.
That's why I have to step away because like I said, I will say things that I don't really need to say or that are not gonna help. So I have to step away, and I have to think about like what went wrong, and I have to think about what did I do wrong and what did they do wrong in the situation. And I will apologize for what I said, but if I feel a certain type of way, I'm not going to apologize for how I feel if it made me feel a certain type of way, because my feelings are valid, and that's something I have to teach myself a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But I will still maintain my point. If it's something that I feel strongly about, and then I'm going to maintain, like, I said what I said, but I do apologize that it was not said the right way, or I apologize that, you know, what I said is hurting your feelings. I apologize. But if it's something that needs to be said, then I'm going to say it.
Period.
And, and I think also I don't know, I try to put boundaries because I've had, I'm gonna be honest, I've had this happen before in relationship, and I think sometimes people. How did
that work out? That situation.
How did it work out? Mm-hmm. Well, it didn't work out. Well, the way that it worked out was basically I finally had the courage to say some things that I had been holding in for a long. Well, no, I'm lying. I'll tell y'all background on me is I don't like to say or do things that I know can hurt people. Even if it's something that's hurting me, I do not like to hurt other people's feelings, and I will hold stuff in, even though it's hurting me, because I don't want to hurt other people's feelings, because I don't want to come off as a bad guy. And Twin can vouch for me because I've talked to Twin about this too. Mm-hmm. And the last time this happened to me, I got the courage to say some things, but I didn't say everything that I wanted to say. And when I told the person, they kind of blew up at me and they were like, well, you do XYZ, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, excuse me? Because it was like, well, I'm over here trying to not hurt your feelings, but you just said, fuck my feelings. So now I'm going to tell you everything that you did wrong. And then it was not good because now I know better. I know better now. But at that time, it was very bad. And I think in that situation, I should have been upfront from the jump, regardless of how I made them feel. And I think I needed to also speak up for what was wrong or what I felt like I wasn't getting or what I felt like I needed. And my mistake was I did not do that. But I know now after that experience, and afterwards I did finally say, you know what, this is what I'm not going to deal with. This is what I do not want. And we will go from there. But at the time of everything being like that, I didn't really know. But I will say I did grow to learn how to deal with situations, and I learned a valuable thing, that my feelings are valid and I have to speak up for how I feel and not just put my feelings on the back burner because I don't want to hurt somebody else's feelings, because fuck your feelings if my feelings are also fucked. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That sounds weird, but yeah.
Don't fuck my feelings unless you want to get yours fucked.
Exactly.
In the asshole. No grease.
Oh my god.
Okay, let's start. Y'all about to see, this is why I don't stream no more. Alright, let's okay, twin, so you just been fired from a job that you have worked for several years. You were almost about to get promoted, but the company had to downsize. What will you do in this situation? And what are your steps to recover from that mentally?
I would first say fuck that job.
Period.
And I would be very sad and angry because I've dealt with this before. Like because the company that I work for, because like I was saying, like in the other question, company that I work for, because I'm a freelancer, sometimes projects that I work on, they end like unexpectedly, and I will be literally left without a job. And that happened to me last February, and I'm gonna tell you why this pissed me the fuck off, because last February I was working this job and I was like, you know, I'm making a decent little bit of change at this job, and you know, I like this job, it's helped me pay my bills, blah 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 blah. And I had been really thinking on, I was like, my laptop, because y'all know I used to be, back in the day, I used to be a laptop streamer. I'd worked, I did my games, I did all that shit on that little shitty ass Toshiba. And that shit was going through changes. And I was like, you know, maybe I should upgrade. And I was like, I need to get a new computer, because I'm like, this will be for work. And it will also be for streaming, because I want to be a real streamer, child. And I was like, you know, if I invest in this, I'll be able to do all the things. And I kept going back and forth. I was like, do I really want to get the parts for this PC? I was like, I'm probably not going to be in a good place if I do that. So guess what I did? I was like, I'm going to do it, put everything into the Amazon cart, checked out. When I tell you, literally the next day, I got up, I was cleaning my room. I was like, I'm going to work. After I get done cleaning, I check my email, bitch, you're fired. Well, the project, they didn't say bitch, you're fired. I was so, because I was like, I just took a big old chunk of my paycheck to pay for computer parts, and now I don't have a job. So you see, and I was very pissed off. I was very upset, and I fucking hated these people. I was really pissed. And it was in a bad space. And I remember I was crying. I was so mad. I was like, what the fuck? And I think I vented to my friends and stuff. And I was just very angry. But the immediate thing I did was, after, like, well, I didn't cuss them out actually, but cussing them out in my head. And I was like, okay. Because they always would come back with projects later. But it was a long time coming. When I tell y'all I was without a job for literally...
I remember.
That was February. I didn't get a new job until September. And it was a whole other different company. And that job, don't even get me started on them bitches. Yeah. They're actually going through a lawsuit right now. Ooh. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. But I was very annoyed, and I couldn't just sit here and be mad. And I had worked for them at that time, I worked for them since 2016, and I had never had problems. But it was just then, and I was like, what the fuck? But because I'm also a dumbass, I ended up, they offered me a position back, like, I think maybe it was like, I don't know, but it was sometime last year with a different branch of the company, because now they've kind of separated into a different portion. But I kind of, and this is another reason why I kind of hate myself, is because I wish I had, stayed in school, despite all the things, because then I would have a degree that could get me somewhere better, but I didn't. So it's kind of like I'm kind of stuck. And then with like, and the crazy thing is I apply for other jobs, but it's like nobody wants me. So it's like I'm just kind of stuck here because this is what I'm good at. But, I just was on the lookout all the time for other jobs, because like I just can't sit here and be sad, because sad doesn't pay bills. Like, what the fuck? So I have to. But I've always hated this job. Like, even though like I don't work for the exact part that I used to, and this part is a little bit better, I will still always hate them. But I didn't cut contact with them completely, because I was like, I might be stuck in a hole again. So I might have to do this. But it's like, it's like the thing, it's like, that it's bad, but it's like it could be worse. So that's why I stick with this company. And child, I'm saying this right now, and I might get an email now, and they're about to be like, bitch, we saw the stream you're fired. But of course they don't know. They don't know about this. They don't know about this. If they knew about this, I'd be like, child, what the hell? But yeah, but I don't know. I would be very sad and angry, but I don't think I would do anything that could jeopardize me from getting another position, because of the times we're in. And it's like, it could be way worse. But I still hate this company, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
I told you I'm long-winded as fuck. I apologize.
It's okay.
I don't even know why I said half the shit I said, but I said it.
Because you needed to get it out, girl. Get it out, girl.
Oh, Lord.
I got a whole engineering degree and a mountain of debt. Oh, my God.
Sorry, Apple.
We hope you can get some money soon. But the way our government set up, child, I don't know.
Child.
Exactly.
Kai, apologizing is my love language. I'm kidding. We have two more. Okay, we have two more.
I was about to say, we missing some. Okay, question 8.
Eyeballs.
All these, okay, here a couple. Yeah. You're caught in the middle of a friendship because two of your friends are having a huge falling out.
Child.
Friend A is using toxic behavior to sway you and others to their side. Friend B is not being as toxic as friend A, but they are using manipulative behavior also. What would you do in this situation, and how do you recover mentally?
Okay. So I've been in this situation a lot of times in my life, and younger me would always, I used to, when I was younger, I was always like the peacemaker. I always would be the person in the middle. I would always have friends that hated each other, and I would just be like the neutral party. And when I was younger,
get along, guys. That what you
because oh my god, I think I was talking to Twin about this, but and part of me still is, I'm that girl from Mean Girls. When they're in the gym or whatever, and they're talking about all their grievances, and the girl's just crying. She's like, I just remember when everybody used to paint rainbows and eat cookies. That's me. I'm that person. I hate when my friends don't like each other. I hate when things are weird, and I'm always the person holding on to the memories. Like, remember when we used to do XYZ? Remember it? Like, that's me, and I'm still like that, but I'm not like it to the extent that I used to be. So, like, when I was in, like, high school, college, I was always, like, if two people were fighting, I would always be like, you need to talk to so-and-so, y'all need to do XYZ. You need to talk to so-and-so. Or I'd be in the middle, I'd be like, well, so-and-so, doesn't like when you do XYZ. You need to talk to her. I don't do that shit anymore. Now, people probably think I'm a bad friend, because if y'all got beef, that has nothing to do with me, and I'm gonna continue doing what the fuck I want to do. And it will either be, I'm gonna still talk to both of you and be cool with both of you, or if y'all can't work your shit out, I'm not gonna talk to either of you, or I'm going to separate myself, because ultimately I will distance myself. If I see things getting awkward, I'm gonna be like, well, y'all are toxic. I'm gonna go over here, because I just don't have time for that anymore. And it's like I don't care enough about other people's problems. I guess that might sound bad, but it's like the place that I am in my life now. If y'all can get along, then that has nothing to do with me, and that has everything to do with y'all. And if y'all can get along, then oh well, that's not my problem. And that's where I am now. Like, if y'all don't want to be friends, then don't be friends. Don't put me in it. I don't care. It's not my problem. I will literally not be friends with any of you. But that's because I ain't shit. But, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Alrighty.
I want to do the things. Stop taking away my powers.
Girl, you on the interview. Calm down. Okay, so question 9. You and a close friend are currently experiencing a distancing in your relationship. You have reached out and tried to amend the friend to no avail. Do you continue the friendship or not? If you continue, how will you mend it? And how will you recover mentally? How will you recover mentally? I don't know why that's twice. I read it twice. But yes.
Oh my god. I've dealt with this a lot too. And one, it depends on how close me and this friend are. Well, it does say we're close friends, but I feel like even with your close friends, you have like a division of how close you are, because you might have 3 close friends, but there might be one that you're like super duper close with. Like, they know your whole life story, and then the other friend might be close, but there are things you keep away from them. So, one, it would depend on how close we are and how long we've known each other. And it also depends on what caused the distance. Because in my experience, I've had a number of things happen that cause distance. Like, I've had some friends, like, you know, get married or have kids, and then we become distant. Or I've had some friends move, or I've had friends just find other people that they get along with more than they get along with me. And so, depending on what caused the distance, like, it just depends, like, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, usually I will leave people alone until they either decide to stop. Like, if I reach out, if I'm like, hey, is everything okay? And if they don't react, then it's like, whatever. I will usually leave people alone until they decide to reach out to me, or if they decide to talk about why we're being distant.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's gotten to the point that I've reached out so many times, I'm not going to do it anymore, and it's going to be up to you. And if you don't reach out, then oh well. But I think also with me, I've been in experiences where people have gotten distant, like friends have gotten distant, and I think this says a lot about me, and I think it says a lot about the people I choose to be friends with. But I've had friendship situations where we'll be cool and then it'll just get distant out of nowhere. And then because of me, like I said, like, I will reach out so many times before I'm just like, fuck it. And there have been friendships where I've been the person to always kind of reach out and be like, hey, how's it going? Like, hey, you know, what's wrong? Like, is everything okay? And it gets to the point, like, I've had certain friendships where I just stop doing that. And then eventually they'll reach out to me and it's like, okay. And it's like, the part where I'm a dumbass is in situations like that, I'm the type of person that I will be like, I don't, how do I say this? Like, there are some friendships where it's like, I will see it getting to the point of where it's probably not going to be a friendship. And I'll be making myself okay with, you know, yeah, I love this person, but we're probably not going to ever be close anymore, or there's distance. And so I'll be preparing myself to not talk to them anymore. And then they'll message me. And then it's like, well, fuck. Because now everything that I was making myself okay with, I'm not okay with anymore because they decided to reach out. Which says more about me, is that I need to stop allowing people to do that to me. But like I said, I don't make good decisions for myself. I know better, but I don't do better, which is the story of my life, which is my biggest issue. But I've had that happen like so many times, and it's like, bruh. But for the most part, I'm not going to keep reaching out. But it also, like I said, it depends on how much I care about the friendship or how much I care about the person. But I do hate that some of my friendships have gotten to the point where it's like a back and forth, like we're throwing the ping pong ball, like, oh, I'm gonna ignore you for this time and then we're gonna talk again, or then I'm gonna ignore them, and then I don't know. Like I said, I don't make any sense, but it all depends on the thing. But if they just don't ever reach out to me, and I've reached out so many times, and it's like, fuck it, then that's just a friend that I lost, because I'm not gonna keep doing it. And also, this is another thing too. Sometimes you'll have people that'll, they will start being distant, but they don't really want to talk about why they're distant. And sometimes you have to be the person to be like, hey, I noticed that XYZ changed. What's wrong, or whatever. And sometimes that'll make people comfortable and be like, well. But then you have some people that just aren't mature enough to be open about their feelings and stuff like that. And, you just have to be like, well, oh well, then I guess they're not mature enough to be my friend if they can't talk about what the fuck is happening with them. But that's kind of in a whole other territory. But yeah. I told y'all, I apologize. I don't be making no sense. I don't know.
No, it's making perfect sense.
I don't think it does, but if you say so.
Awkward says she don't text no more. Kai says she don't text first unless she loved him. Sim said I won't accept their reach out after a while. Does that make or does that make you mean?
No, I think she does that make her an ass.
Oh.
I don't think that makes you an ass, because I feel like you have to set boundaries for yourself, which is something I struggle with, but I'm trying to get better about that. Alrighty's twin. Are you ready?
Wait, we got one more, don't
we? No, that's the last question. Oh, we do. Damn it. I didn't write that down in my journal. Oh, yes, I did. I'm sorry.
Look at her trying to end it real quick. Okay.
I forgot. I wrote these down in my thing and I forgot.
You just got into a big argument with your parents about trauma you experienced from the past. They won't take any responsibility for any of it. How do you handle that situation, and how you recover from that mentally?
All right. So I told y'all about my relationship with my mother. I don't know why I said mother like that. That's what I call her sometimes. When she makes me mad, I'll be like, mother. But I haven't had the point in my life yet where I want to talk to her about things like that. But I know my mother, she's a Leo with a Taurus moon, but she is not somebody that reacts well to emotions, and she does not like to listen, because there have been times we've had disagreements, and she's one of those people that they will say all that they want to say, but the minute you want to get a word and it's like, I don't want to hear it. And I've had to, and I know some people might think this is being disrespectful, but I don't care, because there have been times where I've had to tell her, I don't care that you don't want to hear it. You are going to listen to what I'm saying, because this is what I feel about things. Now, I haven't talked to her about trauma, because, oh child, that would be a very intense conversation. But for me, I think that sometimes with parents, people get this idea of they can't do any wrong, or they're just allowed to walk all over you. Like, now I do respect my mother. I respect all of my people in my family, except, never mind, that's not here. But I do think that we have to learn as adults to I don't want to say put them in their place, because that sounds bad, but you have to be okay with letting them know when they've done fucked up stuff. And that's something I've been doing, that I've been forcing myself to do for a while. But like I said, I do have a mother who does not like to listen, and she doesn't want to hear things. But one thing that I learned is, I don't care if you're not going to listen to me. I'm still going to say what I'm saying. So you're going to hear it regardless of you're not going to listen to me. You don't have to listen to me, but you're going to hear the words that I'm saying. So you can choose to ignore me, but you're still going to hear it. And I make that a point, because we get into arguments all the time, and I'm going to still say what I feel. But I know with her, I know if I was to talk about things that she did when I was growing up, because I had a very volatile childhood, and because she was my primary parent, she was the person that doled out a lot of the shit I went through. And one thing I want from my whole family is I just want therapy for all of us, because there's a lot of shit and all of us need fucking help, and I can admit that, but a lot of them can't. And I just know that she's not somebody that's going to listen or, you know, take what I'm saying. But I know there are things, because talking to my siblings, like my brother and my sister, there have been things we've like talked about in passing, like, oh, you know, when mommies do this, or, you know, they act like this, and this. And I know even if she doesn't listen to things I talk about with trauma, I know that I have my siblings who literally grew up, you know, with her too, so they know things. But I would keep in mind that I can't talk to her about certain stuff because she's going to be closed minded. But like I said, I know that I have to maintain how I feel, because regardless of what she says, I'm going to still feel how I feel at the end of the day. So that's my thing. Like, even though I haven't talked about specific trauma, I always make it a point to say exactly how I feel. Like, even if she says she doesn't want to hear it, doesn't want to listen, I don't care. I'm still going to say it. But yeah, but that is something I know that's a conversation that's gonna have to happen at some point. But I don't think anybody is ready for that, because whew, it's. But yeah, that's that.
All right. How do
I'm
you
finally
feel,
done with
Queen?
questions. I feel like I am exhausted, but not really.
Yeah, I understand. It's a lot. Sensei with your dad still ain't hearing it though, so I had to learn to move on. And
I feel
I
that.
said same. My uncle tried to get the whole family to go to counseling before he died, and my mom said no.
Yeah, I
That
think that's
sucks.
another thing too. I feel like a lot of people are afraid because, okay, this is not necessarily a separate thing, but I think we all know that mental health is a thing that's kind of looked down on in the Black community, because I think the majority of us are Black. But, you know, I feel like mental health and getting help is very looked down upon, because this is kind of off topic, but I remember when I was like in elementary school, my sister had moved back in with us, and she moved in with like her 3 kids at the time. And I remember she was doing with the last stuff with her job and like her boyfriend and all this kind of stuff. And I remember one day she was in the living room, and it was like me, my mom, my grandma. I don't know where her kids were. I don't know what the fuck they were. But we were in the living room. I think I was probably in about like fourth or fifth grade. But I remember her saying like she couldn't breathe. She felt like she was gonna have a heart attack. And she ended up like falling on the floor, like holding her chest. And so we called the ambulance or whatever. She ends up going to the ER. They tell her that she was having a panic attack. Now, my grandma and my mom were like, what is a panic attack? Like, that's just the devil catching up with her, blah, blah, blah. Now, mind you, we aren't religious, but me as a, like, 10-year-old, I'm like, what is an anxiety attack? A panic attack? Like, what is that? That sounds fake. Because I'm listening to them, like, literally telling her that something she was diagnosed by a doctor was fake. So I, of course, you know, was like, they wouldn't lie to me. Like, this must be fake. Until couple years later, and I started having my first panic attacks and anxiety attacks, and I felt exactly how she was. But the simplest thing like that is something that they look at as like, oh, you're faking, or oh, that's something, that's the devil, like blah blah blah. So I feel like that's a thing that just is so annoying in our community, because like people don't want to, I guess people don't want people to pity them, or people don't want to think anything's wrong with them. But we have to, like, as our generation, we have to be the ones to make, you know, seeking help and understanding that you're not perfect and you have issues. Like, we have to really make that a thing, because so many of our like parents and grandparents didn't have that, and like some of us still don't want to accept like, hey, it's not a bad thing to admit that you need help or things like that, which is so annoying, but it is a thing that happens. And it's like, I just wish it was more normalized. But like I said, it's going to be something that we have to do. And like Apple said, this generation, the one after us, will have to be the ones to make that change. But hopefully it happens soon, because I'm tired. I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired.
For what's in my life. Let me I need help. How do you feel, twin? 10 out of 10 would recommend?
No, I hate it here. I'm kidding. I love you guys.
Girl. That's
Hi,
facts
Spike.
though.
Welcome.
Hello,
Welcome to the
Spike.
emotion.
Hello.
Never mind. Let me not be toxic today.
Talking about welcome to the emotions.
So,
Finger
twin,
betrayals, facts. Yes.
are you excited? Are you ready?
Excite? No. Ready?
Child.
Yes, I'm ready.
Apple, it took a while. When I tell y'all, I literally had an anxiety, like, stomach ache all day. Like, I was literally dreading this moment. Like, when Apple kind of pointed it out at the beginning of the stream, I think, like, after that, I started to kind of calm down a bit. But the tenseness, like, I literally felt like there was just a ball of knots, like, just roaming around in my stomach. Like, literally all day leading up to stream time. Like, I literally just, ugh. It was so strong. I was like, because I was talking to Twin before. I was like, Twin, my anxiety is so bad. We've been prepping ourselves for this, but you know.
I ain't prep a damn thing, so y'all gonna get all the shandies. Hey
Hi,
Nami, thank you for the host. If you gave me a host, we don't have the thing up there, so I can't see it. But thank you for anybody that gave us a host. Gracias.
don't love me. I don't like love. It's bad.
Bruh.
Apple, I'm sorry that you felt that. I apologize. I'll do better next time. Don't yell at me for apologizing. Don't love me. I told y'all stop. Never mind. I can't say that. I'm gonna get banned if I say that.
I'm dead.
I wasn't gonna say
Over here
nothing.
wowing.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh. All right, Twin. I'm ready when you are.
I'm ready.
All right. So, question one: do not do the things because I want to do them.
I'm not even got my fingers over there.
What is your personal journey with mental health / spirituality?
Well, I hope you have your edges on tight. I'm just playing.
I don't have edges.
So, well, well, I'm gonna say that my first things first. I was introduced with mental health through my mom first because my mom went through a lot of things when we were younger, and I never understood what was happening until I got older and she explained a lot of things. But I would say that I've had anxiety damn near probably since I was maybe like 9 or 10, or might be a little younger than that, but I can't remember. And at the time I did not know what that was because I don't know, but I was very much anxious since then. But truly, honestly, like when shit hit the fan, truly and honestly, is when probably when I hit high school and my mom and dad finally got a divorce. Now, I didn't really think much of my mom and dad getting divorce. I didn't really think it. I was happy for my mom mostly because I didn't want them to be together because it was just toxic. Their whole, like, we had good times, like the good times were good, but the bad times were really bad. And so I did not know that it affected me as much as I did. I was very, like, now that I'm thinking about it, I definitely took on a lot of manipulative and like negative things from my dad. And when at the time when I was in high school, what was it, freshman year, sophomore year, I think it was sophomore, like going into sophomore year, because I was hurting and did not know that I was hurting. Because I was hurting other people around me who love me, which is one of my best friends that I still have to this day. But anyway, I always have like a repetitive like apologetic thing with my friend because of that too, because I feel so bad about the things that I was experiencing, did not know how to handle it. But it got to a point where, trigger warning, it got to a point where I started self-harming myself, and that, which I feel like I've done it for a while but but the funny part is my little cousin seen my arm and was like, She told my I think she told my mom or my auntie, I can't remember, but she was like, Adri have things on her arm. Well, she was a baby kind of, which is even more worse. But she was kind of like a baby, so it was like her trying to explain what was the things. So I can't remember if I went into the hospital then or it might have been after. I can't remember. It might have been. But it was one time, like my emotions were so intense for me that I can't even explain it, but they were so intense that I was just ready to, like, I was just on edge all the time. Like, I think that's one of the main, like, one of the biggest reasons why my most like triggering times because I don't never want to feel like that ever again in my life. And I felt that maybe 2 times after that, or maybe once, I can't remember, maybe twice. But so I don't remember going to the hospital then, but it might have been after that. I can't remember because I try to like not I try to suppress these things because it's so traumatic and like I'm so embarrassed at my situation then. But I used to be just out of it, like so out of it. But I end up going to the hospital, inpatient, because my mom took me and I thought I wasn't going to inpatient. I was just like, oh my God. Oh my God, I don't want to go. Can I go tomorrow? I was not prepared for any of this, but my mom, because of her dealing with mental health issues, she already knew that that all the things that I was doing, obviously was not okay, obviously. And so I ended up going into the hospital inpatient. And when I got in there, I can say that I realized that my problems that I was feeling, which I didn't even know what those problems were that made, I think that was another thing, is that I didn't even know what the fuck was going on. Like, didn't I know why I was feeling so intense all the time? Didn't I know why any of the things was happening? Didn't I know? So I was very much in there like, I don't belong in here. I'm not with, I don't know, like the people that were in there, it was other kids because I was young, obviously. But they had, like, some of them had like real problems, some of them didn't. Well, I shouldn't like say they're not real problems because obviously they're in there for a reason. So but I felt like I shouldn't be in here because, but I was also room with a girl that made me feel like I did belong in there because she just had like I think anger problems or something like that. And she was just like, well, I don't need to be in here because I don't do nothing and all this other stuff. And I was just like, okay, well. But anyway, went in the hospital, got on a bunch of drugs, obviously. And when I got out of the hospital, had to get like a social worker, seen a therapist. Well, we really couldn't afford a therapist, so we had like a I had like a what you call it? Yeah, social worker. And he used to come to my school and stuff. And the thing is, I have a lot of insight on myself. I'm one of those people that can really see things face value for others, but with myself I'm like kind of lost. But also I know the things that's wrong with me, but it's like I still need that extra help. Sometimes I can get myself out of things, which I'm talking about that a little bit, but sometimes I can do that, but sometimes I can't. So yeah, I did that or whatever, and then kind of did a bunch of teenage shit that made it even worse. Let me see. I had a lot of deaths also in my family that affected me. Also after that, I would say I probably was like, after high school, I did not, when I went to college or community college, I didn't really get into like any mental health things and stuff like that. I was kind of like on my I guess I was fine. I guess I don't know, but one thing I do all the time, which is very bad, and I know Sim's gonna drag me, but everybody who ever been on medication, do not take yourself off medication, because I've done that several times. Don't do that. Just don't stop taking it, or just stop seeing your doctor, because that's not good. It'll fuck up your brain, because that's why my brain's in shambles. But anyway, so I think after that, and then I'm trying to, it's some stuff that you're gonna ask me, twin, that I'm over here trying to not talk about those things, because
I understand.
then then I'll be repeating myself later. So I'm trying to go over things. And then after that, let's see, I went through things like went through things with one of my jobs, which we'll talk about later, and that kind of brought me to a low point, but not to a point where I couldn't function. But it did fuck with me a lot, and I did have another situation. It was a small one though, but I'm trying to think after that. I think it's a lot of things I want to say, but then I don't want to mess up the question. So,
I mean, you
and
can
then some more
always go back.
okay. Then I have some religious things, and then after that, we'll talk about that in a minute though. Religious things, and then more hospital things, which where I went into outpatient for cognitive therapy, behavioral cognitive therapy. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but y'all know what I mean. Behavioral cognitive therapy. I think I'm saying it right. And I went through that, learned a lot of things. Also, I forgot to mention before, when I was in the hospital, I was in there for like 2 weeks, and after that I had to do outpatient then. But anyway, back to this was about 3 years ago, when I went through the cognitive behavioral therapy, which I learned a lot. Actually, my mom went through that program. That's how I knew about it. My mom put me in there, and I was in there. I learned some things. It really helped me at that time. Got on more drugs. Also took myself off those drugs, because, and twin know all about that, because I'm crazy.
You are not crazy.
But do not do that, because I was up for like a good 3 days because I did that. But anyway, so but that might not even been the full 3 years ago that I did that. But when I went through the cognitive therapy, that was like a good 3 years ago. But anyway, 3 or 4 years ago, I can't remember. But yeah, so after I went through that therapy, after I took myself off those medications, I have not been on medication since, and right now do not have a therapist, because the one that I did have, I feel like he didn't understand a lot of what I was going through, and I just didn't feel comfortable. So I didn't feel comfortable with what I needed to get out. So I just stopped seeing them. Which I am also looking for another therapist now, because I do not want to be on medication ever again. I'd rather try to maintain myself on my own, and my emotions and things. I'm trying my best, but it's really fucking hard. Extremely fucking hard, and I'm trying. So there's that. That was in shambles, because I didn't write shit down.
But you did good. You did. You said the things.
Yes.
So, would you like to answer the let me see. Actually, you know what? I think we can go ahead with the how has your career impacted your mental health?
Well, we can go into, yeah, okay. So I didn't really have what you call it? Okay, so I didn't really have like a lot of first jobs. because nobody wanted to give me a fucking job, which was very weird for me because it was like my sister got a job so easily in high school, but a bitch couldn't work at McDonald's, girl. Like, what the fuck? So when I was in high school, I was like, I just want to go to McDonald's, and then, flip these little burgers, give me some money, you know what I'm saying? But the bitches didn't want to hire me. I'm like, what the fuck? But anyway, regardless of that, my first job was at Target. I got fired from Target too. That's how me and Twin are twins. I was playing. But anyway, that was I would say that I would have to say that me working at my first job for photography was, first things first, was amazing because I've never had, first of all, I didn't know goddamn nothing I was doing, and second of all, like, I nowhere near had as much knowledge I have about photography like I do now then. And I was getting paid, girl. I was getting stipend, girl. Your girl was getting stipend, girl. I was like, yes, girl. I mean, I didn't make a lot of money, but I had enough that I can live on my own because my mom was in Louisiana at that time. I lived on my own in the hood, but it was my bitch. So I was so excited about that. I thought it was so cool. But I had two bosses, and the two bosses was a male and a female, and they were not on the same page. They were also in a relationship. So one would tell me one thing, another would tell me another thing. It was very stressful, and it got to a point where I did quit that job, and my life has not recovered since because I was about like 22, 23. I was young, so I really didn't have anybody to guide me at that time. Like, I feel like, not saying that my mom and my dad, I feel like my mom is a little bit more responsible than my dad, but definitely we kind of just did whatever we wanted to do, kind of, when it came to different things. So like me, I was just very impulsive, and I'm still very impulsive, and I don't sometimes weigh out my options when I'm very, like, my anxiety is really bad. So I kind of just do shit and then reap the shit later. So I did that, and it kind of fucked me up a lot. But I did not have to go to into the hospital, or I didn't have to take medication at that time. I was just kind of going through it on my own. But I did try to reach out to a religion that my mom was in, that we kind of grew up in. What's the next question again? Because that's it for that. Oh no, actually, do you consider yourself? But before I say that, okay. One thing is that I have done retail jobs, and the last retail job I did really fuck with my anxiety a lot, to a point where I broke down at my job in the bathroom, and I was just like, oh no, ma'am, I can't do this. It was just a lot. It was a lot of things at work that was out of my control, and a lot of me not realizing that I needed help also at that time. So it was kind of like a straw that broke, and then it kind of went downhill from there. Is when I did the cognitive therapy and stuff after that. But okay, go ahead.
All right, so question 3 is, do you consider yourself spiritual or religious, and does this have any effect on your mental health?
Well, the religion that my mom brought us up in has a lot of effect on the way that I live my life, but not 100%, because I'm trying to get myself out of it. Except for the holidays part. I don't give a fuck about holidays. I still don't. Even my birthday. If y'all don't notice, I do not make a big deal about that. I do like people knowing my birthday, because I want them to know I'm a Aquarius. But other than that, I don't really give a fuck. But the one thing I know that when it comes to religions, I really don't. Hello, Ted. And yes, I did. But I never got baptized or anything like that. My mom did. So she's still in the mess. The messes of the messes. But I am not. Nor is my sister. But it was very, like, I already felt in my life. I already felt different. I've always felt that in every sense of the word, to be honest. And that just added on to the shit when I was growing up. And I just felt like for some reason at that time, I felt like that was something that maybe, maybe if I do this on my own, it will be better. But me and Twin talked about this a bit on our podcast, about how I got married and stuff like that, and why I got married and stuff like that. How quickly, well, not really quickly, but me and Steve would eventually got married. It's just that we did it a bit quicker because I was in the process of being in that religion full time. But obviously I'm not, because of things switched from that. And it would probably be because one thing, I don't really per se know, because I don't know if it's me being an aqua or what, but I do, like Twin, question a lot of things. And I'm very, like, I don't know if this shit is real. I don't know if that shit is real. I don't know if this is fake. I don't know if that's fake. So I question a lot of things, and I don't know. Sometimes I am really into, like, there is a higher power, and then sometimes I'm really like learning the universe and stuff like that. So sometimes it just kind of flops a lot for me, because of how I was brought up also. So it's very hard, to be honest. But I feel like since I was not really into it as deep as my mom is, like, I feel like she had more of the backlash when it came to her mental health, regarding people that were there, because some of them also believe that, pray it away kind of thing, as other Christians do. But for me, I never really experienced that. But I know that how I feel like what helps me the most, and it makes sense for me, that I don't need to be in an organized religion, in any of them. I don't see see that for me in any of them. I feel like, sorry y'all, I'm in the big city, y'all gonna hit our ambulance. But I don't really feel that it's for me. I've tried it. Not knocking anybody that does, because y'all know that we respect anybody who are in any other religions or whatever. It's just that it's not for me. And I feel like it didn't benefit me at all. And if I did continue in it, I know it wouldn't in the long run, because of the way that some of the things my mom went through, and some of the things I've seen on the outside of it, is not for me. I don't know if that answers the question at all, but girl, that's it.
It did. But I guess we could kind of tag on, because you don't find yourself religious. Do you find yourself more spiritual, and do you think that has any effect on your mental health, positive or negative?
Spiritually, I would say it's very much positive. And I've been getting a lot of, I did put a message in Twintero in our Discord the other day, because if y'all don't know, I'm pretty sure most of y'all know, I have not been streaming is because of, I'm at a point where, like I told you, I have a lot of insight on myself, but also I have a breaking point on the inside of myself, which is very contradictory. But yeah, um, and I know when I'm about to hit my breaking point. I know when I'm about to hit the fan because I do a lot of impulsive things, and I do a lot of because I'm panicking. That's the only way I can make it make sense is I'm panicking, so I'm trying to figure out what the fuck I can do to make me feel better. How can I flip this so that I don't go down this path? So I know when there's a train coming to hit my ass and blow me away. So um I was trying my best for weeks to convince myself that I was all right and try to change things. Like I was trying to change my screen time. I was trying to do all these little things that I know that I was like, maybe it's because of this or maybe it's that, but it is none of that. Is none of the things. Like streaming is none of that. It's not helping me. None of that is helping, and I need to figure out the source, the what's the fuck is happening. And one of the things that me right before I was going to tell everybody, because I wanted to go, I'm on stream, this was my thing, I was gonna come on stream. I was telling Twin, I was like, I'm gonna come on stream, me and Steve are gonna do this little challenge because it's so cute, so funny. Me and Steve are gonna do this little couple thing or whatever. And then I was gonna tell y'all, like, I'm not gonna be streaming for a while because I'm not feeling my best. Like, I'm at a point where I know that it's gonna go downhill if I don't. So but none of that happened either because of them fucking up our fucking bathroom, which we still have holes in our wall from our bathroom. But anyway, so that, what day was that? Was that
Friday?
was that Friday? No, it was before then. I
Thursday?
think it was before
I don't
then.
know. It was last week.
What the fuck? What day did my sister bring me back? Was it on Thursday she brought me back? She might have brought me back Thursday or Wednesday. Was it Wednesday? No, it might have been Thursday. I can't remember. But I might have been Thursday. Yeah. It had to been Thursday. Yeah, she brought me back Thursday. So it was Thursday morning because I've seen angel numbers before, and this is where another thing where I battle with because of how I was brought up, and then also me just sometimes I don't know, it's very hard for me when you brought up in something and then you're like it goes for anything, like you've done something for so long and then the switch is flipped and everything you know is not what it is, if that makes any sense. And it's really hard for me to like be spiritual, and I tried my best to like take away things that are embedded in my brain, because like I said, it's kind of, if you heard the podcast, it's very kind of cult like, damn near, if it ain't. And it's really hard to like put because my logical self is very like, I need a little bit more basis to this, I need a little bit something. And then also it's like, on the other hand, I believe in a lot of things that cannot be explained, but also sometimes I need that logical backing to make it make sense for me also. I don't know, I have a very fucked up like contradictive brain that gives me more anxiety, like I don't know. But anyway, that night or morning, Thursday early morning, I woke up out of my sleep, and I seen 444, the angel number. So I went to go look it up, because before I went to sleep on Wednesday night, I'm assuming it's Wednesday, and I can't even fucking remember, my brain is out of it, y'all. But I can't remember. But before I went to sleep, I almost had a panic attack because I kept thinking about and I don't want y'all, this is another thing, I don't have the words to give y'all to not make it sound horrible. Like, I was overthinking a lot about streaming. I was overthinking a lot about just dumb shit that didn't, just dumb. Like, and that's why I don't really, when it comes to me sharing things, I don't really try to, because I have a lot of dumb thoughts. In my opinion, y'all might not think they're dumb, but I think they're dumb, and that's why I'm embarrassed to even say them. But I had a lot of overthinking thoughts about little dumb shit, and I do that all the time, but I usually can get out of it. But lately I have not been able to get out of it. So I was having these thoughts, and I'm like, I really don't want to put myself in a situation where I feel like I'm gonna let people who watch me down. I'm just feeling like I'm gonna let a lot of people down, which is not, obviously not the reality, but when you believe in something so much, it becomes truth, and that's anxiety. So, and when I say I was gonna let a lot of people down, I mean like everybody, just not even like y'all who watch me, but people who IRL. And then I damn near had a panic attack before I went to sleep. And I can hold myself pretty well. But not like I used to. I don't freak out like I used to. I used to freak the fuck out when I was young. I used to freak the fuck out. You would know when I'm in distress. But now I'm very like, I can hold it in. I can you would not even know something was wrong with me. Which I've been doing for the past goddamn, I don't know how long. But I've been like holding it in because I didn't want to believe it, because if I believe it, then here we are today. So but anyway, I was about to have a panic attack, and I was like, you know what? You're not about to do this. So I journaled a bit, and when I tell you that I type so fast, I typed like this little cat on here on my phone, because I didn't have like a journal or nothing. I was typing on my phone, just anything that came in my mind that I just thought that I just needed to get out. And I was calm for a bit, and I got myself to go to sleep. I watched something and then went to sleep, and then I woke up in the middle of the fucking night, and when I woke up, I seen 444 on my phone, which I don't really, like I said, I'm very skeptical about a lot of things, and sometimes, some days I'm really like, I can believe it, because it's like, it's a coincidence. Sometimes it's not a coincidence, and then sometimes my logical self is like, it's just a coincidence. But when I tell you that after that, I kept seeing fucking 444, 333, 111, and I'm just like, what in the fucking world? Before we even got on here, I kept seeing 444, which I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I looked it up that night, and I started bawling my fucking eyes out, and I'm just like, if this is what it needs to be happening right now, then this is just what needs to be happening right now. And I just was like, well, you know what, streaming just not it for me right now. And like I told you, I was so excited about getting my iPad. I've been talking about it 20,000 years, and it seems like, and I was just like, I'm gonna get all my stuff together so I can start doing art streams, because that's what I really want to do. Because I'm nobody's gamer, girl. I'm not. So I'm so excited and doing all the things, but I was not excited to do the things. Like I was, but I was not, because I was like, I don't know what was weighing heavy on me to stream or anything. I don't know what it was, but that's why I'm still trying to figure out. I'm still in the part where I don't know what the fuck. And I have not been helping myself the past while. I mean, I've been helping myself tremendously by distracting myself, but I have not really gotten to the deep of it yet. But I'm still working on that. But I don't know. But I just know that I am feeling like I am a bit more spiritual than I am definitely in like any religion. But I'm still very skeptical about a lot of things, because of that's just how I am. I don't know. It's weird.
It's understandable.
Yeah.
So, it was not a lot. It was just fine. You were very thorough. You gave us information that we needed to hear. So, What methods of self care do you recommend, and what is your favorite?
Ones that I recommend are your all your basic things. Making sure that you're clean, making sure that you take a shower, that you take a bath, that you wash your hair, style your hair, make sure you take care of your body. Is my number one thing. Is make sure you take care of your body. Um, Two, I also recommend that you spend time with loved ones, because if there's no matter who your loved one is or who they may be, small or big, not small or big, many or just one person, um, definitely do that. Spend time with them, because even if they're um, 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 um even if you feel okay, hold on. Even if you feel like that they may have a lot going on, most of the times they want you to come to them anyway. I'm over here breathing like a fat bitch, and I'm trying not to cry.
Twin, you see my ass. Better let them tears out.
I'm screaming.
You can't have one half of Twin Tarot crying and the other one not. We gotta do this together. Let them emotions out.
Okay, so even if you feel like they have a lot on their plate, I'm gonna yell like this so I don't cry. Even if they feel like you got a lot on your plate, go to them. Let them love on you. Okay. It felt better. Okay, so because Steve, here's the funny part with Steve. He know that I do not. This is gonna sound so bad, but he know that I do not mess with him a lot. Like, I mess with him, but I don't mess with him a lot. I don't like him like that, actually. But I don't really like be really cuddly, or what you call it. I'm not really like all up in that all the time, like on a regular basis. Like, I give him hugs and things, tell him I love him, but it's usually not a lot. But I do tell him, so don't be trying to come at me, tell him I'm not a loving wife. But anyway, but he knows when something's wrong with me, because he can see it in my face, first of all. Second of all is because I'm always like, can I cuddle? Can we cuddle? I need a hug. I'm usually like that all the time when I don't really feel well. Yes. I'm way more affectionate when I don't feel good. So definitely spend time with your loved ones, no matter who it is. Even if you don't have family who you feel like is in your corner, definitely love upon people who love upon you. I also recommend, if you this is gonna because of my anxiety, I don't really get into like a lot of I'll talk about that the next question. But anyway, that's a good one. Self-care, something that make you feel good. Probably I watch a lot of things that make me laugh. And right now I've been binge watching a lot of T.S. Madison. She make me laugh so much. I watch a lot of other stuff too, but that's not really productive for y'all to know. So definitely I don't really like to watch a lot of like I haven't been watching Insecure, which I used to watch it a lot with y'all and stuff, which I still want to watch it, but I can't get into like shows and stuff when I'm in this state, because I'll talk about that in the next one. But anyway, what else is good? I will say that's about it. Oh, I do actually do like to meditate. It's really hard to meditate. I also do yoga. It's really hard to meditate, but I still do it anyway, even if I do have those thoughts, because generalized anxiety, ma'am, sir, them, they, it's all in my brain. But I do it anyway. I just let those whatever I'm thinking about, I just let it happen, and I just tell myself positive affirmations, which I need to start doing again. I think that's about it. That's all I have.
So now for question 5. Which methods of self-care have you found do not work for you personally?
Anything that gives me anxiety, which I have a lot of things that give me anxiety that makes no sense. Like I was just about to say several times, I kept cutting myself off. Is that I can't watch like certain things. It could be the simplest thing, like I can't watch TV shows that I really enjoy because it's gonna give me anxiety. It's just a lot of dumb things, but it's just like certain things I can't watch. I don't know why, but it's just a thing. I don't know. What things I don't like that I would not like for self care? Oh, I forgot to say. Oh, working out for the other one. Working out is a good one. I honestly and truly love working out. I wish I could go to the gym. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll be moving. Hopefully this year, but I don't know. We'll see. But I don't know. Oh, I've smoked weed before. It was not for me. It gave me more anxiety, which I know a lot of people do it and it gives them less, but I don't like it. Bad things that I don't like. For self care. I don't really know. Any bad things or things that other people do that don't work for me.
Yeah, you could say those things that like stuff that people typically recommend that you're just like, nah, can't do it.
I don't know. What do people do? I'm so lost. I don't even know what people be doing. Well, whatever I didn't say, I guess the stuff that don't work for me. I don't know.
All right. Now for question 6. I was about to just put 6. Oh, this is our scenarios now. So, you and your wait, did you hear me? Okay. You and your significant other just had a horrible argument and you both said some pretty bad things to each other. What would you do in this situation? What are your steps to recover from that mentally?
Well, I'm definitely a person that is very impulsive. Like y'all, if y'all haven't got it now, you know now. I will say some wild shit if I'm angry. So I typically don't say anything at all. And Steve hates that. Well, I don't know if he do now, but he used to hate that. That I used to just walk away, and or don't say nothing at all. But I'd still do that to this day. But actually, no, I'm a bit more calm now. I'm a bit more calm. Sometimes if it gets too bad, sometimes I don't. I don't say anything, but usually I'll be able to say something right then and there now, because I've been working on it. But yeah, definitely. Well, first of all, if we already said some pretty bad things, I probably will be very annoyed. I probably will be ready to just not say anything at all. But yeah, I probably just have to cool off, to be honest, and then come back later and talk about it with them. Well, with Steve, I will have to come back and talk about it later. But yeah, I usually don't ever get to a point where I say some wild shit. That's just not what I do. I usually just don't say nothing at all. Yeah, recover from it mentally, I usually, just take some time to myself and try to calm down. And I have to reason with myself about, I have to think about their perspective more than likely. And then I'll be able to talk about it later with them.
Right. Mm-hmm. So for question 7, make sure it's going in. You are. Oh, sorry, wrong part. You were just fired from a job that you've worked for several years. You were almost about to get promoted, but the company had to downsize. What did you do? What would you do in this situation, and what are your steps to recover from this mentally?
I'm calling the news team. I'll just playing. Well, for that, I would definitely be heartbroken because, first of all, bitch, I got bills to pay. Second of all, I would definitely, I would just be in shambles, to be honest, because I would definitely be in shambles, and I would definitely be like, I have to let them know that they're missing out on a good person for this company, and that I'm definitely about to go. I was about to be petty, but I'm going to your competitors and I'm going to tell them everything. I was playing, but I would probably definitely be in shambles, to be honest. I'll be upset, but I'll be like, I'll definitely be angry. But eventually I would be like, you know what? At this point in my life, it was not meant to be. I'm very much that these days. It just wasn't what it was. It was not meant for me. It was there for me to learn what I need to learn, and it's out of my. I did everything I need to do there, and it's time for me to move on. And them firing me is pushing me to be able to be a better person, to go be my best self somewhere else that I need to be. So I would definitely just go ahead and applying for a bunch of fucking jobs or careers that I know that I'll be able to get hired at, recover from that mentally. I definitely would have to have, obviously I would definitely need Steve there with me, because I'll probably be cussing and all types of things. I would definitely need to have someone there with me. Either be, if it wasn't Steve there, it would definitely have to be my mom and my sister there with me, because child, I'll be over there ready to cut somebody. But yeah,
I feel that.
Yeah, just apply for some jobs and just move on and drag them every second I get. I'm just playing.
And then for question 8, hold on. You and a close friend. Oh, sorry. I keep reading the wrong thing. I apologize. You are caught in the middle of a friendship because 2 of your friends are having a huge falling out. Friend A is using toxic behavior to sway you and others to their side. Friend B is not being as toxic as friend A, but they are using manipulative behavior also. What would you do in this situation, and how do you recover mentally? Apple, I'm not blind. It's because I keep reading the wrong thing.
Well, I've had situations like this, and I have been one of those people that have, depending on like the situation, depending on well, at the time, I definitely, depending on the situation and how well I know them, I definitely have in the past chosen sides. But now I definitely know to weigh both of the options, definitely see what the fuck is happening, and definitely tell them that they just need to talk to each other and leave me the fuck out of it, to be honest. Because if they, first of all, if they both toxic, I don't give a fuck about neither one of them. Because I don't need no damn toxic friends in my life. Them bitches is gone out of my life. because I already been in situations that have, and none of them niggas is around me now. I don't have, I don't, I don't do it. I don't do the toxicities. I don't do none of that. Fuck that. I don't have time for that. Drop it. Period. You're not about to put me in a predicament I don't need to be in. And I'm not going to put myself in those. So I exit stage left. Y'all have a good time with that.
Preach. Amen. Okay. So, question number 9. You and a close friend are currently experiencing a distancing in your relationship. You've reached out and tried to amend the friendship to no avail. Do you continue the friendship or not? If you continue, how will you mend it? How do you recover mentally?
I know that sometimes some people have a hard time expressing themselves. So maybe that's the reason why they're not talking or responding to whatever the fuck I'm trying to say to them. But one thing I do now that I didn't do before, I've done a lot of growing in my 28 years on this earth. And before, I definitely would have just said fuck it and called it a day back in the day. But I don't do that now. I try to weigh both of the options. I try to see what is, especially with people I don't even particularly care for. Also, I also do that with them too. They don't know that I do that, but I do that in my own brain. It's like, what makes them this way? What are they going through that is causing this to happen? I do that a lot with relationships, depending on if something negatively happens. I don't really do that if we are okay or whatever, but sometimes I do that. If they're sad about things, I think about stuff like that. But I usually try to think about what the fuck could be happening in their life, or what they're going through and stuff like that. And if I've reached out to them and I let everything be known what I need to be said, I will leave it at that, because I don't want to push, because I know how I am, and I don't want to push things more than they need to be. Because I do like to to be honest, no, I don't like having I don't like having uncomfortable conversations, but I do, because I know that they're needed to be had. And to me, I feel like they're needed to be had if I really care for somebody. If I don't really care for somebody, I won't have those conversations with them, because there is no point. But if I feel like you are a friend and I've spent enough time with you, I definitely go the extra mile so you realize that I'm literally trying to understand and we need to have a conversation. But if you're not really if you're really not trying to listen to anything that I'm saying or anything like that, there's nothing much else I can do. It just is what it is, and that'll be it. But if you do understand that and we can talk about things, or you realize, or we come to a realization that we can talk about things, then we'll talk about those things. But I try not to push it, because some people, they need to process things on their own and things of that nature. So if they're going through things, I say what I need to say, make sure they're okay. And if they don't want to say anything back, which is fine, they'll come back when they're ready. But if it's something that I've talked to you about numerous of times, I give you at least 3 tries. And after that, I'm just done, because there's no point in doing anything more than that. Because obviously you don't respect me, so I'm out.
I feel that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. For our final question, well, our final scenario. You just got into a big argument with your parents about trauma you experienced from them in the past. They
Hmm.
won't take responsibility for any of it. How do you handle that situation? How do you recover mentally?
Well, um, when I was in high school, um, I did live with my dad for a little bit, and because I was being an ain't shit teenager to my mom, so I was really depressed and I slept a lot. I did not know at the time that's why I was sleeping a lot, but I was sleeping a lot because I was very depressed. And my dad was like, "Well, actually, no, I did know I was depressed. Never mind." Um, my dad was like, because his wife at the time was very upset that I was asleep all the time, and he came to talk to me about it while I was asleep all the time. And I told him that I was depressed, and I was trying to tell him how um I think he asked me why I was depressed or something like that, and then I was trying to tell him how I'm not happy with how things went on in my childhood and stuff like that. And he was just like, "Well, I've been through things in my childhood, and do you see me doing this? Blah 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 blah." All of that didn't really go anywhere. Was never gonna go anywhere because he's one of those people. First of all, he's um his parents obviously are exactly the same way. I'm pretty sure he's been through a lot of trauma and stuff like that and things of that nature. That's why I said I try to look both sides of the things, because um at the time I didn't look like that. At the time I didn't think that way. At the time I'm like, well, you're my parent, nigga. Fix it. But now it's just like he didn't have the tools to fix it because he didn't know how to do the shit, fix shit for himself in the first place. Because he did a lot of things on his own that were not healthy coping mechanisms. So, um, yeah, so the things that I experienced with my dad didn't really go anywhere. So, um, yeah, it didn't really go anywhere. It was just that. That was it. It was just, I said what I need to say. He gave me, well, I've been through that too. Whoop de doo, pretty much.
Definitely know how that feels.
And how I recover from that mentally. Um, I don't know. Did I recover from that mentally? I don't know. From that situation, I guess I have. I don't know. I still have a lot of things that's in my past that still make me cry a lot. Um, I don't know if that's just how it is, or I don't know. I don't know. It's a lot of stuff that I just need some way to understand how to um get through it. I don't know. It's a lot of stuff I need to learn how to figure out, because I have a lot of uh I have a lot of like I have a lot of I'm laughing at y'all. I have a lot of what you call it? I have a lot of abandonment issues that I didn't know that I did.
Same,
And
sis.
then I have a lot of um me as a child knowing that it was a lot going on. Like, me and my sister were very knowledgeable about the shit that was happening. And um and a lot of Also a lot of abuse also, and but not sexual abuse though. Just the regular old slapping and stabbing. But definitely um me and my sister anxiety stem from that. Where me and my sister don't feel like we have a lot of control in our life. And my sister is not as open as I am. Like my sister can't even tell me that regularly. She can't even tell me that she loved me regularly, and I do that a lot. I say that a lot now. Like before, me and my sister really didn't do a lot of that, so that's probably why she's like that. But my mom always tell us she love us, and my dad did too. But my sister has a lot of her own things. But um, I'm just rambling, child. But yeah, I have a lot of I have a lot of things that it's not as bad as others people's things, but it's definitely things that affect me as an adult still, that I need to get through. But yeah, that's it.
Well, twin, how do you feel?
The same.
What's the word? Do you feel maybe do you feel like discussing, I don't know, I was about to say discussing with the class, but do you
Rock
feel
class.
like being open, do you think maybe you feel a little, I don't want to say better, but do you feel more like, I don't want to say transparent either. Y'all know I don't know how to say words. Do you feel something? Do you feel something at all from, talking about it, like talking about things in like an open space?
No, not really. I don't know. I don't really, I don't know. I guess
Sorry.
maybe, well, on my end, I still feel pretty shitty. I don't know if I really feel like me saying those things really helped me, but I hope it helped y'all.
Mm.
Or I hope it made some sense as to why I'm like on a break now. Or I don't feel like anything is relieved off my chest because I feel like I've talked about it so much that I don't know. Do you feel heard? I don't know, to be honest.
Valid.
I don't know.
I feel you though.
But that's how I've been feeling lately. To be honest about everything. No, we ain't shit. No. That's not it. It's not that. I just have a lot of emotions inside. It's a lot that I'm still not saying because I really truly be over here crying.
Well, I feel that.
Like I'm answering the questions. That's what I'm doing.
I feel you.
That's as good as it's gonna get. So it's like I don't know. I'm being honest and true. Like I don't feel better, but I also don't feel worse. I just feels.
I have another question. Do you feel like there's anything holding you back from saying things that you want to say, maybe, or
because
like you can't?
That. But I don't feel like. I feel like I don't want to say things is because I'm not gonna put a bunch of what I'm feeling upon y'all, and I already feel like a lot of things that I feel is already embarrassing, so it's not something that I would want to say. It's a lot of things I know is for my therapist and not for y'all to be having a I just seen that too, Apple. Literally, that's why I was over here. if that, I don't want to put a bunch of, like, this is not my therapy session. I just want to answer the question so y'all can understand me more about what's happening now and what's happened in my life.
I feel
But
that.
I don't want it to be where that I'm truly over here in shambles. Now, if I did this last week, I would definitely be crying. But I did cry, but I just didn't cry a lot. I wasn't over here sobbing.
Just rub it in my face, twin.
No,
Shade
no,
me.
no. That would have been literally me. I kept telling you that I was gonna be crying,
I know.
but I held it in good. Yeah, would you say that if you let it out, it makes it real? Yeah, cause I do that a lot, Sim. I do that a lot. I do a lot of patching. I do a lot of like trying to. I do a lot of cognitive thinking, but right now the cognitive thinking is helping me, but not to the extent where I feel like I'm 100% me again. Um, but also I feel like um I don't want to let out things that need to be, like, I don't want y'all to be feeling like, that's why I'm not streaming now, is because I don't want to be, because literally last time I streamed I was crying. Like, I don't want to be putting on things that, giving y'all things and energy that y'all don't need.
I feel that. Yeah, I think I can definitely relate to that because
Yeah.
I disappear, but I feel like exactly what you mean. Because like what you said when you said that you feel like some things is better said to a therapist. Like I can definitely relate to that because I know like a lot of stuff that I said was more so more. I don't know how to explain it, but I think I wanted to. What's the word? I think I wanted to let y'all in, but not like really in. That sounds bad, but it's like I think for me doing this was more so I kind of want to let people know, like I guess it was more so to let y'all know this is what I'm kind of dealing with, so y'all know
Yeah.
why I am a certain way. I think more so than like let's talk about this because I can relate to you too, and like there's a lot of things that were not said,
I'm sorry,
because
Apple.
this isn't the place, like what I'm saying. So I
Yeah.
definitely can relate to you in that sense. So I know exactly what you mean.
Like we did say, but honestly, I feel like I said a lot of things that needed to be said because I asked the questions. But I also feel like there's still a boundary where I don't need to say everything because that's not for. It's not really like I'm going. Me saying it, I feel like even though I know Sim is obviously 100% a professional, but Sim is here as a friend and not as a
Right,
therapist. I want.
right.
I want. I don't want to say things and for y'all to be like, I feel that and I understand that. I want to be able to work on those things, and I need that feedback to where I have those skills to work on those things. If that makes
Right.
any sense, I don't want to just say things just to say them because it'll make me feel better, because it won't. Because I'm not learning how to fix it or learning how to work on it. I'm just saying
Right,
it.
right. And also that you say that because I think this also kind of came up for me when we were talking to Bonnie too, because
Yes.
I think for me, one thing for me is like I feel like I want to be able to talk about stuff without bias. Because like when Bonnie was talking about how,
Oh yeah,
having your
true.
therapist versus your friends, like I know
Because
if
y'all
I say
love us
things
regardless.
right, and it's like y'all can relate to things we say, but it's like for me personally, I would rather talk to a therapist because they don't have backstory. They don't know some of the stuff I'm going to talk about because maybe I've talked
They
about
don't have a
friendships or
personal
maybe I've talked about
connection.
family. Yeah, and it's like they don't know my life. They're gonna know what I tell them, so
Yeah.
they're gonna be able to say this is the issue and not like, oh well, I know like does that,
Yeah.
I think it makes
Even
sense. Y'all know
though,
I don't.
because telling your friends things is also good too, because they can call you on your bullshit.
Right.
But also, some friends don't do that though. Some friends will be coddling, and I don't need to be coddled right now. Even though I want to be coddled by my husband, but that doesn't
Right.
mean I want to be coddled by a professional. I want them to
Right.
tell me, stop doing this dumb shit, or tell me how to work on that. Tell me how to fix these things. Tell me how to work on these things. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I need to be able to learn, and I don't want to be coddled by my friends either.
Right.
No, I don't. I don't want to be coddled by my friends either, and that's what I try not to do with Twin. Like, I tell her lovingly, but I do tell her the truth of what I see, because I usually come on. I can think outside of our friendship sometimes. I tell her, like, Twin, now, now, Twin. But for the most part, I do. But I still tell her things that, yeah. But yeah, but that goes for all my friends though. That's why they don't like to talk to me sometimes. Because they know they want to be around people that coddle them, and I'm just like, girl. But not Twin. She don't be looking for coddling. My other friends I have. That's outside. That's my IRL friends. Sometimes they don't tell me things that they do because they know what I'm gonna say. But yeah, it's not that I want to tell y'all the things. It's just that I don't want to say them just to say them. I want to learn something from it. Now, when y'all tell us about things that y'all go through, or other people share things, I do take in those things, and I learn, and I'm like, wow, I never knew this, or wow, I never knew that, and it really helps me. And that's why me and Twin are doing that now, is because it could be something that y'all be like, oh wow, I never knew that. Oh wow, this really helps me. But me just saying more shit ain't gonna really it ain't gonna really help y'all, because it's like, well, when I was 5 years old, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that's, I don't know. I hope y'all get what I'm saying. I
get
my
you.
brain is all toe up right now, y'all. So
I know exactly what you mean.
So yeah, but yeah, more so those are close to, because I'm beyond blunt and I blame, but I blame experience. Yeah,
that's why my ass don't have.
But I need that in my life, Sin.
That's
like, even though me and Twin are aquas, like, maybe it's because I got that Cap energy. I don't know. But I do appreciate structure in my life because of my anxiety. On top of that, mostly my anxiety loves a good. So I'm actually in shambles because I'm not streaming, because it's part of my damn near religion, but I am low-key in shambles because of that, because I do like structure, but also I like that in my friendships too, to a certain extent, because I like, also I am battling right now with a lot of to be honest, I'm truly and honestly, because Steve, I was telling Twin this too, that Steve was very much, when I told him I wasn't going to stream, because I do have a cycle, which I don't like to admit, but I do have a cycle in my life that I'm just not realizing that I have this cycle, is that I do something for so long. Oh my God, we don't want no fucking viewers, bitch.
Get y'all asses out of here.
No, nigga.
Man, bitch.
But I do have a cycle, is that I do something for so long, and then it gets overwhelming, and then I ghost everything. And it happened with my photography. It happened with other things that I've done in my life, and it gets so, and that's how I'm realizing that I have to stop it before I get to that point, because I will do something so much, because I have also a addictive personality. I will do something so much that I can't stomach it anymore. So that's why I'm at now, Sim, is that I'm trying to find balance, and the fucking stupid ass angel numbers keep telling me that, and I'm angry because it's the truth, but it's what I need to hear, is that I need to be able to be spiritually balanced, because that for a while has been out of my life. Even though I started off good, in 2020 because of the COVID really threw me off, and then me getting sick also threw me off earlier this year, and it's just kind of like tumbled from there. But yeah, I'm trying to get back into balance, and I'm not. Yeah.
That it's funny because Twin mentioned that, and I think at one point, because I mean, I can see what Tween. I said Tween. Oh my god! One day I'll learn how to pronounce words correctly, but because I think we talked about this too, because like when Twin was kind of talking about like the streaming thing, and I think because we were talking about how, because like you said, once you do something so much, you become so used to it, and
Mm-hmm.
for you, it became something that you kind of wanted a break from because it wasn't making you feel the way like that it used to. And I think we kind of talked about it, but see, the weird thing is with like these signs and stuff, me on the other side, I think is like, because I feel like I say this all the time, but I'm like the disappear. And I was talking to Twin because I was like, you ever just want to just pack up and just completely be not a different person? That sounds crazy. Y'all gonna think I'm about to be on like some murder stuff and disappear. But I think we were talking about, because it's like once things don't feel the way that they used to anymore. And like for Twin, it's more of like, I need to take a break from this. But for me, I'd be like, I just need to disappear and just start over and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the thing about the signs and stuff, this is also kind of random, but I don't know if y'all have been having weird ass dreams lately, because I feel like a lot of people have, because I was kind of talking to Twin about this too. But like the way that you get like certain signs and stuff, like the dreams that I've been having lately have just been like, no, start over, all these kind of things. But it's very interesting. It's
Yeah.
weird how we get different signs from the universe and things.
Yeah. Because
Weird.
I'm really fighting my instincts of doing that. Because Steve was just like, are you gonna still do these things? Are you still gonna do those? Are you gonna talk to people? Because usually I don't do any of that. Usually when I get to this point, well, not a little bit, maybe a little bit further than this point, but I'm trying to stop it till I won't get to that point. Is that I cut off all communication, like same thing how Twin is. I do the same as I used to do the same exact thing because I feel like if I extract the thing that's making me feel this way, I won't be like this anymore. But that's not the thing. That's not the problem. They're not the problem. I'm
Right.
the problem. And I'm trying to figure out what the fuck that I need to do in order to feel better, me to feel balanced. And I feel like I need to right now also find a therapist, but also get back into spirituality more than anything, but also a therapist as well. I need both.
Right.
Um, because I'm very used to like putting a lot of things before myself all the time. I do that a lot. Um, I do that a lot. I mean, literally a lot. A
Can
lot.
definitely relate to that.
What kind of dream you had, Naj? Oh yeah, when you want to get into this giveaway.
Giveaway.
Let's do something happy
Guys,
for a change.
last call.
For
Trying to get into the
alcohol.
giveaway. Not for alcohol. Type. I forget what is. I didn't forgot what the thing was. Okay, never mind. Twin got it.
I copied and pasted.
Yeah, you can buy 2 tickets. They cost 400 crystals each. Check your crystals. You do.
How many
Excuse me.
crystals
Oh
or
my god. You do exclamation. I don't know how to English.
sip of wine? I
Exclamation
might drink
point
some after all this damn
crystals.
crying. But I hate alcohol though.
I love wine. I ain't drunk wine in a long time. It
The
makes
one
me
we
sick.
have is so nasty. Tequila? I've never had tequila.
I need. Never mind. I'm gonna be not a troll one day. Can y'all imagine if I
I've never
wasn't a
had that.
troll?
Twin, you are a troll, girl.
No, I mean, imagine if I wasn't. One day
I wouldn't like you as much.
I'm gonna be a whole different person.
I wouldn't like you as much, Twin. We're not twins
wow.
if you don't be a troll.
Wow. I'm about to be a normal person.
Must be
real
nice
life.
I just take a single sip. That's literally me too, Cam. Don't drink, okay? I won't drink. I won't drink.
Crap.
I won't drink.
And that says the alky. All right. Is everybody in that wanted to enter the giveaway?
I hope you are.
Because if you ain't, I'm finna close it in 5.
Go.
4. 3.
Cracking me up.
2. And 1. And the winner is Mimi!
Wow! Mamma mia!
You had a 14.29%
to win.
So Mimi, DM me on Discord. Send me your info.
Rob Mimi. Send us your address so we can show up with our COVID mask on.
And the plastic
to hand deliver you this.
But so Mimi, DM me your information. I'm not gonna use it for evil.
I'm using it for evil.
Send you your things. Gonna find you. I'm gonna pop up at your house with the package, Mimi.
Be like, shook. But no, call the police if you see Twin out there.
Wow! Call the police on me. Wow.
But don't worry, guys. We're gonna have more giveaways because maybe we can do one for the holidays or something. Even though I don't celebrate the holidays, but I know you guys celebrate the holidays. Maybe we can do a nice winter package or something, so y'all don't have ashy feet and elbows.
Put some shea butter, some nice fuzzy socks.
Yeah, and Ari would come to your door and be like, "Shea butter, baby."
I wish. Can you imagine if we
should try to do 3 giveaways a year? That'd be nice.
Yes.
Maybe next time it'll be 2 winners.
Yeah.
I feel sad that none of y'all, the rest of y'all didn't win. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But there's always the next giveaway. Yeah. Whenever we do that one.
Yeah.
Somewhere down the line.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Oh man.
Can y'all believe it's been a whole year? We just went through a whole month. We're out here
this is the most shambles I ever been in my life while streaming. Since I bring in winter, because you a winter baby like me, but you were born in the South, so you ain't getting none of this cold air, sin.
Sagittarius.
Twin
I love sadness. Child, it's cold down here in the winter.
Twin, your cold ain't nowhere near cold like up here, girl.
30 degrees here.
Nothing, girl. We get below 0, girl.
Child, nobody told y'all to live up there. That's y'all fault.
We want to be in the north so we can be free, Twin.
Are y'all really free?
No, because they shooting us down up here.
Let's start a dialogue. I like how we just make it so toxic.
I know, that's why it's time for me to get off here.
We're horrible.
Yeah.
So no more emotions from me ever again. I hope you guys enjoyed. Cause it ain't happening no more.
I'm crying.
Please no crying. That's a bad word.
I'm crying.
Oh my god.
Alright, y'all.
But y'all know we about to bring in Pride Month in June.
Oh yeah.
Which is like a couple days away.
Our LGBTQ ABC EFG HIJ LMNOP.
I hate it here. Oh, your dream, Naj. So bizarre. It was about a young boy and girl who held the people, kids and adults, captive and tortured them for those that got on their nerves, told them what to do, or said something they didn't like. The girl even had her mother chained on top of a little house inside the torture chamber.
Oh my god.
These dreams have been like off the wall.
Do you feel trapped, Notch? Yes, it will. I love y'all for being so open. Thanks for listening, Humble. Appreciate it.
appreciate
I
you
love y'all.
guys.
40 to
I
75
don't love none of
degrees
y'all.
is my limit. I don't need Satan hot ass brown down my neck. Facts, creator. I can't be no hot ass air. I hate being in the heat. It makes me angry. I can't even sleep in the heat.
I get heat hives. Like literally, my skin will burn like it's on fire when
Oh
I.
God.
So imagine living in a house with no air conditioning.
Twin, I'ma pray for you tonight, cause baby.
Story of my life. Well, it's cool now. It's been cool so far, but I know once
Okay.
July and August hit, it's about to be death, death, death.
July. You do? Well, maybe that's why. Cause Steve was just also telling me, I don't think he'll mind me sharing, but he was telling me how he didn't have really like nightmares and stuff anymore because he used to get a lot of night terrors and he hasn't been having them now. And I wonder is because he feels more in control of his life, even though we in the COVID-19, it's possibility that you might need more control over your life, Naj. But it's really hard to do that in this time. You know what I mean? Like, I feel very much in shambles, but I haven't had any weird dreams. Like, I've had weird dreams, but none that I can recall right now. So you may be feeling it, Naj. I hope it gets better, because we need 2020 to be over already, girl. We thought 2020 was our year, baby.
I hate it here. That was random, but I do.
Demon.
2020 is ghetto.
Twin, you better change your name to that. That is
Mimi
a good
is
one.
racist.
That
Mimi
is a
very
good
racist.
one. Oh my God. If you don't, I'm changing my name to that in Discord. I swear to God.
I will
That
not
is a good one,
support.
Mimi.
Mimi is racist
That's
against
amazing.
me,
Like,
and I get
live
bullied
for
by
that.
Mimi. That's what I didn't tell y'all, that Mimi really bullies me all the time, and she's a lot of the reason why I feel alone. And yeah, you know,
Twin, oh my God. It put you in a bad
I
position.
definitely feel you, Naj.
I feel that. I feel like this was the tip of the iceberg for me. At first, I was fine. And then it starts setting in like, bitch, you not fine? The fuck?
Child, everything started coming out of the woodworks. It's like everything's cool, you know, like the dog sitting in the room while it's on fire, but now the dog is on fire because that's literally what 2020 is, and I'm sick of it.
Period.
Get
Though.
the shit out of here.
We had so much. I personally had so much planned. So much planned. Me and Twin had so much planned.
Oh,
I mean, we did a lot of what we wanted to do, but it wasn't. It didn't go as we planned. But it's horrible.
My ass wanted to leave this shitty ass state, and then COVID was like, "Bitch, stay your ass at home." Like,
Bruh.
I wanted to, you know. Everything's just been like, it's not it, not it at all. I'm tired.
Rona go home. Facts though.
Rona ain't going nowhere because these people don't know how to stay their asses in the house.
I pray we can move this year. I pray.
Oh my God.
That's what I need.
We have a fucking bruh.
Retrograde?
Mercury goes into retrograde next month. Like literally in a couple weeks. Aren't you guys excited?
Hell no.
It's like, can we get a break? Like literally, can we get a break? No, we can't. Life sucks.
Like the second wave is coming. It's because everybody's still out and mingling and with no mask on, mind you. I feel, you know, I would feel a bit better if they were just out here.
Child.
Just out here with the mask at least on. See, up
Don't
here,
know.
up in the north, we keep our masks on. But some of these niggas still have house parties with no mask and they just all up on each other. Child.
Wearing face masks violates their First Amendment right as an American. Like, shut the fuck up.
They don't suck my non-existent.
And then it's the fact that it's some of these governors that feel the same way. It's like, y'all are idiots. Like, what the
Because they feel like this because it's not affecting them. When it hits them, they will have a different tune.
Child.
And it's
I'm sick of it.
sad to say.
Sick of it.
When you have the proof in the pudding, but they
No,
don't
it's a
want to listen to
conspiracy.
it.
It's a conspiracy, twin.
It's
Put your
really,
tinfoil
honestly,
hat
truly
on.
is not. It's
That's
honestly,
how they
truly
feel, and it's
not.
like, y'all are stupid. Ugh.
Child.
Not Marmaduke and Mike Race because they don't do that. I just think about that movie about the dog Marmaduke. Oh my God.
Child. I don't know what to say, but I just know I hope y'all stay safe and do all the protocols because you don't want to be sick and you don't want to get nobody else sick because you could be carrying it and you don't even know.
Exactly. Wear a mask.
Yes.
Inject your Lysol.
Yes. Because
Put
I be
your
worried about my
gloves on.
sister all the time because she works in the public. And
Yes.
people already, two of the people that work where she works died.
Oh,
And
goodness.
I be worried. I be worried
I feel
about the fools that be getting on her thing, and I be worried about her getting sick.
right.
But she wear her mask and her gloves and all the things. So, but yeah, for all our essential workers, we love y'all,
We
and
do.
we
Thank y'all for
wouldn't
doing
be able
y'all's
to
part.
exactly we won't be able to function without y'all. Period.
Exactly.
We love y'all. Even if y'all working just because y'all gotta pay y'all bills, we still appreciate y'all because
Exactly.
you know the
Gotta
inject the
do what you
Lysol, them dumb niggas.
I didn't know you heard me say that. I tried to sneak that in
I
without
sure
being
ain't hear it because I sure was saying something, but child, them dumb niggas doing that. That's because they listen to their president.
child. Don't get me started. That's another triggering thing about work. Having to see all the political stuff
Oh
and
yeah,
just realizing how much of the country is just dumbasses. I just be like, child,
yeah. It's depressing
annoying.
to be honest.
It is so frustrating. Not a hot link on the grill, child. My neighbors were they out here grilling, had people coming over, and I'm just like, the fuck.
Child,
Honestly, you could have grilled that shit in your kitchen by yourself. You don't need these people coming over here. Like,
not the
bro,
hot link on the grill. I'm crying.
shit's just frustrating.
Facts though.
Mhm.
Alrighty.
Not
Well,
if I catch a case, y'all know I won't. Creative. If you need an alibi, we got you.
yes. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, baby.
Yes, Scadmus. It's like watching a car wreck over here. It's like it's fucked up, but you can't really look away because like that's just our reality. But humble, not ancestors, just take me to the light.
Nah, I feel that humble.
It be like that. It be like that.
Child. I got my sausage and ribs. I got it after it was done. Was nobody there? I'm tickled. My
And
mom
you
cooked
didn't
me
care,
some.
Sam.
I had a hamburger. Cause that's my favorite. If any of y'all, cook Barbara of the Q's, I would like a hamburger. It's my favorite. But I forgot to tell y'all before we get out of here. I pulled 2 cards for myself earlier today,
Hey.
and one of them was the 7 of Pentacles, and the other one was an Ace of Swords.
Ooh.
But I was like, yeah, okay. Love you too, Naj. Love all y'all. Love you guys. We appreciate y'all coming. Sorry that we may have not been around. It's just that we over here trying to get our shit together, to be honest.
Exactly.
I just been doing a lot of drawing. If you've been in Discord, you see me doing a lot of that. Or yeah, Instagram too. I ain't been on the Twitters because Twitters give me anxiety.
Ciao.
It's too much going on Twitter. I just be like, oh my god, my chest can't handle it.
I'd be muting people. I'd be like, you're getting muted
Heathen
and you're getting muted because I don't have time.
is the only non-heathen. I'm not a heathen either.
Child, all of y'all are heathens.
Twin, you the number
Especially,
one heathen.
child, I am a Christian.
Mingle.
I'm going to church right now.
You be on that Christian mingle, twin.
Trying to find me a nice Christian man to save me from the wretches of this earth. Let me stop. I need help.
I'm screaming.
I don't know why y'all listen to me.
Thanks for joining. I know. I'm sorry. I can't help
Twin,
it.
you just did it again.
I
Beat
can't
her.
help it.
I feel you though. That's how I was raised. I feel like that's a thing too. We can talk about that because it's a oof.
Yeah. See, are you raging over there? Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I don't know what those things are.
Yeah,
that you speak
title
of.
isn't Miss or Mrs. It's whore.
Excuse me?
In capitals. The devil's on there.
Not the devils on where?
Oh, the Plex. We're talking about Plex.
I don't even know
Get
what that
off
is.
there.
On Christian Mingle.
How are y'all folks holding up? Like, how close are y'all to risk the quarantine for that and coochie? Well, I ain't gotta risk it to get some. Now, I don't know about the rest of you.
I'm a Christian. I don't do those things. I'm a Christian. But if you do decide to, go break quarantine, at least wear your mask.
Yeah, wear while you swapping.
Cut a hole in the mask,
Don't cut a hole in the mask. Just do the holes. Do the holes. Do the
That's
holes.
what people
That's
do.
it.
Humble. I can't stand humble. I wish.
I don't make the news. I just reported it. The devil's on Christian Mingle. Oh, the Christian of the Mingles.
Maybe I'm into devils. Only time will tell.
We know, twin.
Oh, excuse me?
He is high risk. Kyrie will have him drop dead trying to get some vagina.
Not the vagina. I can't stand humble.
A hole for easy access. That's
And
defeating the purpose. You cut a hole in the mask. Is defeating the purpose.
Oh yes, and I remember reading that while I was working. I was like, oh my god. We're just doomed.
You about to get COVID vagina and COVID teen.
Bruh.
Guess you ain't gonna get 8 then.
Y'all better get some VR. Y'all remember that episode of Black Mirror, the Striking Vipers?
Oh,
get the VR.
Oh yes. Remember when they didn't? Oh wow. You know what? That's a good conversation to have. That is a good conversation to have. About like sex, because you know why? Because how are you? So you're attracted. So the other guy was attracted to the female outer parts, but it was not the female outer parts that was inside the female. It was the male in there, but when they finally came together, they didn't like it.
That's
very interesting. We're gonna have to talk about that.
He was just into the feeling. You know what? The funny thing is, I brought that up
in June because we about to be talking about all types of things.
Child, but I mean that's what the podcast.
Hell yeah!
It's tonight.
And we also need to talk about people being phobic of all the things also in June.
I don't know why I did that, but
because we already started on our podcast, but we might as well continue it upon in June.
Shameless plug.
You still gotta watch it. Oh, I spoiled it. I'm sorry.
Pretend like you didn't know what Twin said. No. We gotta rewind the tapes. We gotta wash Sim's memory.
Yes.
We're the Men in Black. We're about to come to your door and wipe your brain.
Ryan Creative.
Child Creative. At least you can't get COVID from your fingers in the battery. Well,
unless you touch them.
Exactly.
Child.
Just wear gloves. Child.
Don't be giving my little baby King no COVID. Creative.
Yeah, Creative. The baby that you abuse.
Yes.
We ain't forgot about it.
Tell him I still got some chicken warmed up for him when I get back.
When I get back.
But yeah, I'm still gonna be streaming with Twin on Wednesdays, y'all. I just won't be on my regular channel.
Hate me.
Yeah. Lord, get the rubber ones you can stick on the wall. Give the battery and fingers a break. Mimi, is that from experience?
Oh my god. I hate it here.
We
I
gotta
was
say
so
this.
mad when
We gotta
Delta
say
didn't.
this talk for next month.
Speaking of, don't forget if y'all have things y'all want us to talk about, you can always drop them in our ask. Or you put them in Discord if there's anything in our suggestions channel. If there's anything y'all want us to talk about, or if you want our opinion on anything. Oh my god, I have hiccups. But yeah, those are things that you can do.
Yay.
Because we like to hear you guys' perspectives about things.
Also, we may have a Discord meetup next month also. Because we haven't had one in a while. And, you know, I think it'd be good for us to talk.
We want to be nosy and in y'all's business. Because I like that.
Yeah.
I don't drop nothing in my head. Humble, I have questions about questionable things. I have questions for Mimi. Ooh. Never mind, that doesn't make
what them knees do.
But maybe we can talk about days like when y'all are available so we can do our little Discord, you know, little shenanigans stuff.
Yeah. That would be awesome. So awesome.
Oh my god.
But we love you guys. Thank you so much for coming.
See you
I have
next
a
time.
headache from crying.
Ciao.
Not saying
Told you I'm never gonna cry again. Not the Bengay. I love the smell of Bengay.
Ew, twin.
I'm an
We
old
know
woman.
you into the old peoples.
Trying to give me a nice grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have a grandfather.
Said, "Ooh, you smell like Bengay." Ooh.
Send him my Twitter.
Ooh.
I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
Pop that V. Ooh.
Oh my god. I'm a Christian, like I said.
Love you guys too. See y'all later.
Good night. Wash your hands and your body.
Yes.
Please. I can't stand creative. Chanel number 5.
Chanel number 5. Calls Uli the granddaddy. Good night, y'all. I hope y'all do y'all self-care.
Or get beat if you don't.
Yes. Because we got time.
Oh my god.
Alright. Okay. Night.
Bye.